London.
Time this season. In a previous matchup, the London Nationals defeated the St. Thomas Stars in a 5-3 victory. Tonight's story of the game is a playoff rematch. Last season, in the first round of playoffs, the London Nationals defeated the St. Thomas Stars in a 6-game series. It's safe to say that the Stars are out for some revenge tonight at the London Nationals' home ice. With that being said, tonight should be a good game, and we're going to go ahead and send it up to Kyle and Jeremy.
Thanks, Jaci. And revenge could be a great way to describe this contest. St. Thomas in against London, one of the two oldest rivalries in the Western Conference, having at it again tonight. Should be very interesting. A bit of a familiar face between the pipes for St. Thomas as well. And Owen Wilmore, we'll get more into him a little bit later. But overall, should be a fairly entertaining contest tonight.
Absolutely. It's always a classic rivalry, the Battle of Highbury Avenue, London and St. Thomas. So excited to see the matchup tonight. A few players out for the Nationals tonight. We'll get to them later on, but it's going to be an exciting matchup nonetheless.
Now, one thing we want to take a look at right off the top of the here is the London Nationals. Offense has been key for them, and you can see three guys in the top 10 in scoring: number 4, 5, and 6. Lucas Chard, Jacob Julian, and Riley Wood.
Absolutely, your top dogs for the Nationals, providing the points when they need to so far this season. I mean, that top line has been absolutely dominant so far this season here tonight. So we'll look forward to tonight's game and see if these guys can get on the score sheet again tonight.
And we'll look down at our starting goaltenders for tonight. In between the pipes for the London Nationals, no surprise whatsoever. Aiden Barry in net, and Owen Wilmore, former goaltender for the London Nationals, coming back here, gets a chance at revenge here. No wins on the season for him. Would love to get that first win here in the Western Fair.
Absolutely. Wilmore had the backup job for the Knights last year, was competing for a spot in training camp, and unfortunately he lost that, but we'll see how tonight goes for Wilmore here tonight at the Western Fair.
Absolutely. As we get set here, just take a look at the numbers as well. Aiden Barry picked up his first loss of the season on this past weekend, and that loss to the Leamington Flyers, Nationals' first regulation loss of the season. Aiden Barry uncharacteristically gave up 6 goals in the first 2 periods. They got pulled, bringing in Emsley into the contest. So we got to see a bounce back from Barry tonight.
Absolutely, and Barry's one of those goaltenders that he's not going to be happy with the result that he had over in Leamington. So expect him tonight to be a guy that's going to rebound here, try to make every save that he can, and expect big saves from him tonight.
Now, looking at the raw lineup for tonight's roster for the Nationals, a couple big names out as well. We know about Kopchak. He's still out, undisclosed. We do not have a timeline on him as of yet. Hopefully we'll hear some good news from him soon. But Braden Sanavy out, as well as Ryland Bowers.
Absolutely. Bowers away from the team this week. Expect him back here next Wednesday. And Sanavy's just out with an upper body injury, so hopefully he'll be back in the lineup here shortly. So 2 big names for the Nationals to be out, so expect the deeper part of the lineup to step up here tonight.
And with that, we'll send it down to ice level for our opening ceremonies.
Between the visiting St. Thomas Stars and fans, will you now please stand if you are able, remove your hats, and join Tony Nuther in the singing of our national anthem. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God
always, thank you, Tony Nuther, for the national anthem. As we get set here for our puck drop, we take a look at our keys to the game.
Tonight's keys to the game brought to you by Pal Salvador Masonry. And for St. Thomas, it is goaltending. St. Thomas has been outshot in 6 of their last 7 games, including a 43 to 27 shot clock total in their previous matchup against the Nationals. So they're going to rely on Owen Wilmore tonight to keep them in the game. They've started the season with a 2-0 win over Leamington, with slow check-in making 37 saves for the shutout. And for London, it's got to be secondary scoring tonight. The combination of Chard, Julian, and Wood have 47% of the Nationals' goals so far this season. It has helped them out to have a great start, but as teams start to key in on those players, they'll be up to the key role secondary players on the Nationals to score here tonight.
One of the guys to really keep an eye out for, Sam O'Reilly, goals in his last 4 contests. We'll see if he can pick it up tonight as well. Face-off quickly won by the Stars, but the Nationals will jump on it. Thompson comes down, throws a hit early. Out there with Lucas Chard and O'Reilly. Puck comes to the blue line, taken by O'Reilly. Spins around, tries to assess the situation, not liking anything he sees. Gets it over to Chard. Chard breaks out from behind the net. Dishes it back to Chard again, across the blue line. Chard walks in, he takes his first shot. Wilmore, nice save and puts it in the corner. O'Reilly. Down Thompson, back to O'Reilly again. O'Reilly tries to take a shot, that gets blocked out front. Big hit thrown by McAlpine. Now for the puck along the blue line. Sneddon can't get a hold of it. Now we picked up, brought across the blue line. Stars can't get any traction going. Another shot from the blue line. That goes right on to Barry. Barry makes a save after Vanden Acker. Thompson over to Chard. Chard across the blue line. He tries to make a move. Circles back, sees a streaking McGowan. McGowan takes a shot. That one goes right in the glove of Wilmore, and he'll hang on.
Yeah, once again, the Nationals do a good job of creating space, and Owen McGowan's able to walk right down into the hash marks and make the shot on goal and an easy save. You'll see it right on the replay. McGowan walks right into the top of the circle. Quick, easy save for Owen Wilmore as he gets himself inserted into the game. As they are trying to fix the door just to the right-hand side of Owen Wilmore, making sure it's nice and secure, as the officials making sure as well.
Great play by Lucas Chard on that last attempt for McGowan. Just turns around right at the half marks and then sees McGowan streaking right down in the middle and gets that great scoring opportunity, the first good chance of the night.
Absolutely, and that's what the Nationals need to do is open up space to have their D activated. McGowan's a guy that likes to take the offensive opportunity every now and again, so it's key for the Nationals to try to open up that space.
Quick shot off the faceoff by Milne. Another save by Wilmore, bouncing puck into neutral ice. Turn around by Lloyd. Over to Wood. Wood cross ice to Milne. Milne gets an opportunity, breaks in. Loose, falls down on the play, puts it out through the crease. No one there to make a play on it. Lloyd, backhand chance down low to Julian. Right out front again, another opportunity by Milne. And great save again by Wilmore. Milne gets a big opportunity here tonight, playing on the top line with Jacob Julian and Riley Wood, and makes the most of it early. Puck we picked up, brought the other way. Stars trying to get some offense going. Played down behind the net, Catrice. Lefescu takes the puck, just dumps it down in the length of the ice, a little too far, and we'll go for an icing.
Owen Wilmore looking sharp here early on in tonight's contest. He's had to make a couple of key big saves. You feel for him so far this season. I mean, he started with the London Knights in training camp, lost the backup job, so now he's back with St. Thomas looking to regain his confidence, and he gets to start here tonight, so it's going to be good for him to see if he can get his confidence going back here in St. Thomas for another season.
Puck gets brought up by the Stars. They'll move it into the neutral ice. Some physical play along the wall as the puck gets dumped behind the net. Now to French. French dishes up the wall to Palmer. Palmer comes up the side with Zurich. Thrown to the far side, McKinnon. He throws it behind the net. Palmer gets hit off the puck, will be picked back the other way by the Stars. Long reach pass, breakaway opportunity, comes Seminara, takes a chance, beautiful save by Barry. huge opportunity for the Stars to open the scoring, but Aiden Barry stands on his head and makes the save. Puck back now behind the Nationals net. Paul, bounce pass off the wall to French, just bounced a little too far. That'll be played by McAlpine. Brought back across the blue line again. Great cross ice pass, beautiful chance. Another just bobbles it right at the last second is Dobbin. Very kick save, puts it back to the blue line. Held in though by Jenkins. Behind the net, Nationals will collect the puck. Over to French. French across the blue line, throws it to an open wing. Palmer will collect it, gets to the red line and dumps it in. Nationals finally get that needed change. Across the blue line, Jackson Dobbin, he's right on top of it. Dylan Dundas gets hit hard into the corner. Puck up to the blue line. Kept in by the Stars. Dobbin again. Still hangs onto it. Drop pass. Another shot. That one finds its way on in that. Barry makes the save. Another attempt by the Stars. Right on net. And there another save by Barry. Vandenacker. He pinches down low. Puck stays in the offensive zone. Now will come out. Dundas comes away with it. Left-hand side, Dundas takes a shot, bobbled a bit by Wilmore, but he'll hang on.
Battle of the goaltenders here early on in tonight's contest as the St. Thomas Stars had a dangerous scoring opportunity as Aiden Barry welcomes himself into tonight's contest with a beautiful with a left pad save. Just gets his pad on the edge of the puck and he's able to make that key save early on. Shots on goal currently leads 6-4 for the St. Thomas Stars.
Puck gets up to the blue line. Sneddon can't get it out. Another deflection right out front. Thompson right on top of it. Thompson spins, takes a shot. That one just goes through the crease. Gets to the top of the circle. Chard trying to battle for it. Keep it down low. Petescu, he puts it back up the wall. Sneddon battling for it. Loose puck. Now will go to the other side. Cross ice pass just out of the reach of McGowan. We picked up by the Stars behind the Nationals net. Right out front, one-time attempt. That one just goes wide. McAlpine, he gets it by Thompson. Thompson will corral the puck and he'll just dump it back into the neutral ice. O'Reilly can't get to it. Picked up now by Lloyd. Over to McGowan. Tip pass by Chard. Back over to Thomas. Now to Chard again. Chard across the blue line. He carries it down low behind the net. Looking for that outlet pass. Chard still hangs on. He turns and fires. Bouncing puck out front, and that one just goes into the corner. McAlpine, he takes a hold of the puck. Puts it up the wall to Sneddon. Can't get by McGowan. Thrown right back into the corner to McAlpine. Puck sent around the boards. A lot of long passes being attempted here by the Stars, really trying to stretch the ice out and get the Nationals defense sleeping.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's going to be a key thing here for the Stars is to try to catch the Nationals off napping. I mean, we haven't really seen that so far this year. The Nationals have done a very good job of keeping the play in front of them, so St. Thomas is trying to make those long stretch passes, keeping London trying to keep them long distance.
Face-off won by the Nationals, picked up now by Fisher. Fisher cross-ice pass, almost gets picked off, but brought in across the blue line by Milne. Milne bows for it, but stolen by the Stars. Great back-checking by Jacob Julian. Back out front again, loose puck, another opportunity at a one-timer. But nice defensive play by McKinnon. Julian across the blue line, loses the puck. Picked up and tried to brought back the other way by Vandenacker. Bouncing puck, that comes all the way down. Weber tries to beat it out, but the ref's going to say no, and we'll go for an icing on the close play.
Yeah, again, going back to the point of St. Thomas trying to stretch a long pass out, you know, that sometimes can bite you sometimes. When a defenseman's trying to make that long stretch pass, a puck can easily be knocked down by a forward, and then all of a sudden things can change in a hurry. So we'll see how long St. Thomas tries to go with that long stretch pass strategy, and we'll see if it'll pay off for them.
Puck comes over to Curtis Heggie. Heggie tries to take a shot. That gets deflected out front. Wood will throw it back down low, be collected, just sent behind his net by Vandenacker. Jenkin on the other side. Back to Vandenacker. Up the wall, tries to get it to Weber, but it just bounced in his feet. Weber tries to clear the zone, stolen by Julian. Raitt tries to get it down low to Weber, to Wood. Rack out front to Julian, he can't get the shot off in time. Up to the wall to Weber again. Puck comes out, quickly stolen by Heggie. Heggie sends the Nationals back the other way with speed. On the stick of Pace Roth, and just offside, as just a little too much there for Jacob Julian.
Yeah, Pace Roth just made that slight mistake. If he had kept his stick towards the inside of the blue line, then make that pass, that play stays onside, but he brought it back out, tried to make that stretch pass to Julian, and unfortunately just offside.
A lot of fast-paced, physical hockey so far. Now to French. French carries across the blue line. He tries to walk in the right-hand side. Takes a shot, and that nice save again by Wilmore. And a little bit of chippiness we're starting to see there as Zurich gets a shot at, and then another one thrown at the end there again by French.
Yeah, again, French just does a good job of driving wide. Then he tries to center this puck in, and Zurich takes a little dig at Wilmore, and the Stars take exception to that. And again, the rivalry continues here between the Highbury Avenue competitors.
We saw a bit of the chippiness already this season between these two teams in their first meeting, so not surprising that it's picking up already here in the first. Puck be picked up by Hubin. Across the blue line, he takes a shot. That gets blocked by McGowan. Vandenacker tries to throw right back down low again, but that gets blocked. French off the boards. Sent right back in by Vandenacker. Far side to Lloyd. Sends it around, picked up again by French. French to Palmer. Palmer can't quite clear the zone. Kept in the blue line. Another shot. Loose puck down low. Bouncing puck. And still can't get to go as it bounces right over the head of Aiden Barry. Vandenacker throws it behind the net. Picked up, tried to get it on the stick of Hubin, but stolen by Lloyd as he bounces it out, and that one goes out of play. And both teams get a chance to change on a wild exchange.
Yeah, St. Thomas just throwing the puck at the net, deflects off a body. That one again goes off a stick and just flutters up and over the net, and Aiden Barry had to be sharp on that one, as that could have gone up and into the net, but luckily for him it stayed out, and so London has a chance to go the other way.
Back down to the left wing side now. Here comes Dylan Dundas. Sent into the corner, and Beaksy gets rubbed off the puck by Hubin. Back in the neutral zone. Bunker, just nice little backhand pass, gets onto the stick of Fisher. Fisher across the blue line, back down to Fisher down low, but can't quite get a stick on it. Nice little stick lift by Hubin. But we will see a penalty coming here. First one of the game. It is going to be hooking, and it is going to the St. Thomas Stars. And our first period, as always, is brought to you by J&F Concrete and Ready Mix. Nationals power play, 36% to get their first chance to operate here. Big opportunity early.
Absolutely. Brendan Catrice will go off for the hook. You could see he was trying to defend the Nationals player, breaking in on that stretch pass. And so once again, he talked about how London has a high efficiency on their power play. We'll see if they can capitalize.
Face-off scrummed, but ends up on the stick of the Nationals. Gets to the blue line. McGowan will pick it up as they'll try to set up. McGowan walks in, tries to put it right on net. Couple deflections down low. Cross-ice pass, ends up on the stick of O'Reilly. Another cross-ice pass. Back to McGowan again. O'Reilly, he waits. Tries to throw it again, cross-ice to Julian. Julian can't get a shot, now takes it. Bouncing puck goes high and into the corner. Nationals have to be quick to jump on top of it and maintain possession. Gets to the blue line, great determination by Medeiros as that puck comes out. Wood bows for it as he comes away with it, but some fantastic penalty killing by the Stars. Stars penalty kill, no slouch, 84% so far in the season. Lucas Chard across the blue line. He tries to cut to the middle, gets pushed out to the outside. Circles back, cross-ice pass, O'Reilly, takes the shot, loose puck down low, still loose, can't get it to go, it goes! I did not see a sign from the ref.
And they're
Ref
signaling
says no.
that's no. So the referee blew his whistle. He waited and immediately looked to his partner. and he immediately wanted to have a conversation. You can see Wilmore loses control, and then it looks like it gets knocked in. Not exactly sure how. Wilmore thinks that it went off of his hand and into the net. He made a motion with his blocker, so they quickly wave that off, and a face-off comes outside.
You could see, as soon as it went in, I took a look at the ref, and there was no hand motion, so it's all about the waiting game on that play. Regardless, Nationals stay on the power play here for another 40 seconds. As Lloyd, he'll carry it down. Full head of steam down the left wing side, rims it around the boards. Picked up by Paceroth on the far side, he bobbles it. Maintained possession by the Nationals. Sent back around. Pass gets blocked. Cross ice pass, tried by Zurich, but doesn't make it. Palmer, he collects the puck again. Throws up the blue line. Boyd fans on the pass. And the Stars will pick it up and send it all the way back down. Barry fans on the long pass attempt. Still ends up on the stick of Palmer. Power play does expire, back to 5-on-5. Snedden applies some pressure. He'll pick it up. Dishes it out front. Right to Slaughter. One-time attempt. Great shot by Phillips, but it gets blocked on the way to that. Another loose puck out front. And Snedden gets the deflection right in front of Barry. Cortescu down low again. Snedden right out front. Loose puck again. Barry has to track it. Has some great passing by the Stars, keeping the Nationals on their toes.
I am really impressed by the flow of the passing around here by the St. Thomas Stars. They're able to work it around. And a quick shot on net. Barry had to fight for that one just a little bit as he had to stretch across with his glove to make the save. So a battle of the goaltenders here early on in tonight's matchup, Kyle.
Absolutely, you're no doubt about it. Picked up now by Fisher. Sends it back around the boards, picked up by Dundas on the far side. Dundas off the wall to Bunker. Just out of his reach. Now he picked up by Fisher. He throws in the offensive zone. Duarte in pursuit. Puck comes up to the blue line. Snedden gets a deflection on it. McKinnon tries to get it. He gets muscled off the puck. Cortescu, he gets taken down and gets a big hit as a receipt there from Duarte. Another play. Dundas, he takes a shot. That one just bounces wide. Puck comes out, right to the red line. Stopped up and sent the other way. Bouncing puck, Bunker collects it, brings it behind the net, tries to throw it out front, that gets stopped. O'Reilly, he comes out, nice little move, breaks it into the middle, can't quite get the shot off. Nice defensive play down low by Catrice. Puck gets brought up, now we'll clear the zone. Bit of a foot race, Heggie gets a hold of it. Just throws it off the wall, tries to get some help. Up to Paceroth. Paceroth gets hit by Catrice right at the blue line, and the Stars recover the puck. Again, coming up the left wing side, McAlpine. Puck gets stopped up. Stolen by the Nationals again. Chard, he comes in, takes a shot. That one just bounces wide. Thompson, he'll throw it down in the corner. Get some help from O'Reilly. O'Reilly, he'll collect the puck. Two Stars right on top of him. Gets to the blue line, but be brought out by the Stars. Franson, he walks in, takes the chance, and that one gets deflected into the netting behind Aiden Barrett.
Yeah, so far tonight, these two teams trying to feel each other out. And again, the passing of St. Thomas has been really crisp so far in tonight's game. And the Nationals trying to do the same thing. They've been trying to make those stretch passes, trying to find that open man. And once again, it looks like it's going to be a tight scoring game here tonight.
Puck gets brought out, stolen by Thompson. He'll throw it into neutral ice. A lot of shots facing both Wilmore and Barry. Shots 12-11 in favor of the Nationals so far. Still 6 minutes left here in the first. McAlpine, he'll take it and just throw it down low. Lloyd tries to get it in the corner. He gets stopped by Vandenberg. Two Nationals, two Stars battle for the puck. The puck will bounce out and be picked up by the Nationals. Cross is intended for Thompson. Gets stolen by the Stars. McAlpine off the wall. That gets blocked. Sent back down the other way. Played by Jenkins. Deflected back, pass into the national zone. Vandenberg. Played right on the boards. Huge hit right on the wall there by Chard. As he takes nickel hard against that right at the hash marks. Puck comes up into the neutral ice. Stolen by O'Reilly. Carries across the blue line. Over to Julian. Julian waits. Tries to throw another pass. Just air it. Goes all the way down. Aiden Barry comes out to play it. Gets it over to Lloyd. Lloyd bounces off the back wall. Picked up now by McGowan. Up to Julian. Julian splits the D. Walks in. Jacob Julian all alone. Shoots. And just goes off the blocker of Wilmore. Not a play.
You could see this play developing from the national zone. As Jacob Julian's able to strip this puck, you can see it again. Owen McGowan, he starts this play. He just gives it to Julian. Julian sees the opening and just takes off. He gets the breakaway. He tries to go up over the blocker of Owen Wilmore, and he says no.
Beautiful burst of speed by Jacob Julian as he catches both defenders flat-footed. Vandenacker throws in the offensive zone. Laid down low by Meiklejohn. Tries to come out, gets back to the blue line. Another shot on net. Barry will just kick that into the netting and try to slow play down a bit as the momentum continues to just fluctuate on both sides. Both teams getting grade A chances.
And again, with the Western Fair, you're not surprised by these two teams so far in this contest trying to outdo each other. You got the goaltenders who both attend a night's training camp trying to outdo another, and these players are trying to do the same thing.
Absolutely. Puck goes now behind the Nationals net. The physical play continues to pick up as multiple players end up on the ice. Picked up now by French. French tries to get to Palmer, just out of his reach. Turn back the other way. Here come the Stars, 3-on-2. Across the blue line, Snedden, he takes a shot. That goes off a leg. Bouncing puck still loose down low. Barry trying to find it. And still loose, finally goes down in the corner. Another shot, Barry catches it up high and he'll hang on. And you can hear the Western Fair faithful appreciative of their goaltender.
The fury of action that goes around Aiden Barry, and he just keeps everything in front of him. The bouncing puck, he swats at it, it deflects, it hits his pad, goes right back out in front, and he stays in the middle. He's following the puck. Good job of tracking it around. Again, off of his stick, centered it back up, and he's able to gobble that one off his blocker into his glove.
Face-off won by the Stars, but it just comes out of the blue line. Picked up by Catrice. He throws it hard around the boards. Phillips will pick it up on the far side. He gets hit in the wall. Chard tries to come away with it, but it'll be stolen by the Stars. Down low, tries to get a wraparound attempt. That one gets blocked. Still just under 4 minutes left here in the first period. Still a 0-0 tie. Snedden, he can't get a hold of it. Chard comes out, 2-on-1. He's got Thompson with him. Over to Thompson. Thompson shoots. Just goes wide again as Thompson's hands go right in the air as he can't believe it.
Again, just the patience of Lucas Chard on this play. Recognizes he's got a 2-on-1. He passes over to Thompson, and I think Thompson's trying to go back to Chard, and it deflects off a stick, and you can see the frustration of both Thompson and Chard. Thompson couldn't believe it, and Chard frustrated he couldn't get a stick on it.
Haggy shot from the blue line. That one ends up right on Wilmore's arm as he hangs on. As we said, one of the keys to the game for St. Thomas is goaltending. Owen Wilmore came to the game with an .885 save percentage and has looked phenomenal tonight. Puck gets sent around the boards. Stars will break it out. Ends up on the stick of Curtis Haggy. Cross ice pass back to Wood. Wood can't handle it. Picked up by McAlpine. Rimmed around the boards. Milne, he'll pick it up. Tries to throw it back, and Wood's not there for it. Haggy again, he takes a shot. That gets blocked out front by Jenkins. Jenkins cycles back, tries to open up a bit of space for himself. As the Stars will reset. Slow that pace down just that little bit. Up the wall. Snedden, he'll take it, throws it, deflects it down into the corner. Stars quick to jump right on top of it. Seminar, a great play down there as he battles with Pace Roth. Puck gets thrown out, just splits the D, as that one can't reach the stick of Vandenacker. Nationals go for a full change as the Stars will try to come back and catch them sleeping. Vandenacker redlining in. Seminar on the far side, he gets pinned against the wall. Gets some help in the corner by Hubin. Hubin will come away with the puck behind the net. Looks at that outlet pass out front. Finds Vandenacker at the blue line. Cross-ice pass again. Another shot on net. And it finds the way in. A deflection on the way to the net. And the Stars open the scoring.
Well, you knew one of these two teams had to break the ice tonight, and the Stars do just that. It's a shot from the far side, and it goes off. A deflection, it goes off the stick of Harrison Franson. He gets on the board, the first goal in tonight's contest, and St. Thomas has a 1-0 lead. You talked about how these two teams know each other very well. It took a lucky bounce, and the St. Thomas Stars have that 1-0 lead.
You could easily tell, though, that it was going to have to be a goal like that that was going to break the ice, as neither goaltender was giving up anything if they could see it. Puck picked up by the Nationals, over to McGowan. Cross ice to Lloyd. Lloyd, full head of steam. He'll bring it down the left wing side. Drop pass intended for French. French gets a hold of it. Back to Lloyd again. Lloyd cycling the puck himself. Throws it down low. That gets picked up by the Stars. Stars come out with an attack across the blue line. Right on net and be held onto as Nickel tries to get a shot, but a bit of a bouncing puck easily held onto by Barry.
Yeah, again, the connection of these two teams, it's unbelievable. I mean, you look at the 2019-2020 season, and now the progression of these two teams. You have Oliver Bonk playing for the Knights this season, and then for the London Nationals, you have Logan Mayu, who is yet to step in for the Nationals, but these two teams familiar with themselves, lots of connections for these two teams.
Absolutely, as always seems to be the case, as both teams here always getting somebody with a connection to the London Knights. Puck comes all the way back and held on to this time by Barry again. Minute left in the first period.
And I mean, going back to last season, Owen Wilmore in his first 2 games with the Knights had 2 points. He had assists on goals by Antonio Stranges. And so, again, the connection with the Knights and the Stars and the Nationals, just screams local talent, which is great to see, especially here at the Western Fair.
Absolutely. Jacob Julian, he gets a hold of the puck. Across the blue line, waits, tries to find a pass down low, ends up on the stick of Chard. Chard, I don't think, was intending to block it, as he was hoping to get it over to O'Reilly. O'Reilly down into the slot for Julian. Julian down to Chard. Chard tries to get it back to Julian again. Gets deflected. Lloyd to the blue line, tries to get it back to O'Reilly. Sent back into the corner. Dobbin tries to play it. Still can't get it out. O'Reilly, he throws the body. Picked up by McGowan. Owen McGowan, he tries to break through. Stolen off his stick. And the Stars try to bring it the other way, but Medeiros can't go anywhere with it. Lloyd with Julian across the blue line. He takes a shot. That goes off a leg. Lloyd down low again. Stick goes flying in the air. Comes up to the blue line. 3 seconds left. Another hit thrown hard in the corner. And that will do it for the first period. As we will see, it looks like we might see a penalty here at the end of the period. But either way, the Stars will head into the first intermission up 1-0 over the Nationals. You are watching London Blue and Co-op's Nationals hockey here on Rogers TV.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details. Watching hockey just got a power play with NHL Center Ice and Super Sports Pack. With up to 37 out-of-market NHL games a week, you'll always catch your favorite team no matter where you live. Whether it's big matchups you're looking for or following your top fantasy picks, it's all here. NHL Center Ice, part of the Rogers Super Sports Pack. All this for only $35.95 a month. Say Super Sports Pack into your voice remote to order.
My husband is a wonderful man and a great father when he's not drinking. I'm so angry he chooses alcohol over us. If he really loved us, he'd stop drinking, right? My counselor suggested I try Al-Anon. I didn't understand why. I'm not the one with the problem, but I'm glad I went. Do you worry about someone's drinking? You are not alone. Al-Anon or Alateen can help. Call 866-200-0033 or visit alanon.org/hope.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Welcome back, fans. I'm here with captain of the St. Thomas Stars, Nick Cuban. Nick, you guys came out firing tonight. I'm sure many fans would like to know, what do you guys put in your Gatorade?
What do we put in our game? We play to get a lot of shots. We get a lot of hits, and that's when we win games. We always aim for 15 to 20 shots a period, and 17 like that, that's a huge start to the game.
Awesome. We were talking earlier, and Nick grew up on a farm. So, Nick, what is your favorite animal?
It's probably a pig. When you have almost 5,000 of them that you got to look after, you get to know the animals and you get to like them a lot.
That's awesome. And as the captain of the Stars this season, how are you looking to lead your team?
I just look to lead by example, and I find in practice and games, you gotta do the little things right on and off the ice, and then the rest of the guys they'll look after you and just look up to you, and I find that's when things go best. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Nick. We'll be right back with more London Nationals and London Bruin Co-op right after this.
Awesome. Thanks.
I'm sure right now a lot of you feel like you aren't able to be who you truly are.
What's most important, more important than everybody else knowing who you are, is that you know who you are.
As a young person, time moves slower for you. And just know that things will get better.
It Gets Better Canada is a registered Canadian charity with a focus on uplifting our queer youth through the power of digital storytelling.
As a Two-Spirit person, I use they, them pronouns, but that's not the case for every Two-Spirit person.
There are so many voices out there that we didn't have 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
No matter what your mind tells you, you really are perfect the way you are, so stop beating yourself up so much.
I'm gonna be a boy in a dress, because why not?
Your identity is explosive.
We all have our unique journeys, but one thing that connects us all is the desire to be happy, the desire to celebrate being our authentic selves.
The regulars, the guys who keep this place in business. Last week, they had something to celebrate. Jason had just finished university. So they toasted his profs, his TAs, his old roommates. Well, they toasted just about everyone. But I worry about and take care of my guys. So even when I know they're not driving, sometimes that means bringing them a little surprise. And then they had a drink to me.
Brought to you by Smart Serve Ontario and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
Watch, play, and win every Monday night at 8 p.m. with Optimus TV Bingo on Rogers TV. Cards are available at multiple London locations and are good for all 3 games. Weekly jackpots total $3,000. Back here in the Western Fair Sports Center, after 20 minutes of play, the Stars leading the London Nationals by a score of 1-0 in a very, very competitive period between these two teams.
Absolutely, a fast-paced first period, both teams throwing shots on either goaltender. And it's going to be a goaltenders matchup here tonight. I mean, we see Aiden Barry looking strong. Owen Wilmore looks impressive. So a goaltenders matchup, exciting to see here tonight.
However, goaltender matchup or not, we did see one goal in this contest, and it was a bit of an odd one as just a weird deflection right out front of the net off just some great screen work by the Stars.
Yeah, just a great shot from the point, and it gets deflected, and a good goal there for Harrison Franzen as he gets the deflection, beats Aiden Berry on the far side, and again, you can see he gets Vandernacken and Sturgeon get the assists on that goal for Franzen. That's the second goal of the season so far, and that's going to be a big goal here so far for St. Thomas heading into the first period. Up 1-0. The Nationals in their last contest in St. Thomas, the Nationals were able to get the victory, so this is a good revenge game so far for St. Thomas.
As we heard in the interview with Jaci, as what Hubin was saying, the Stars want to get that 15 shots a period. Coming in right now, 17 in the first period, really getting their job done and really playing their game plan.
Absolutely, and it was in the keys of the game was goaltending about them being outshot, and that goes right into it. I mean, you're St. Thomas, you want to get the shots on net, and for Owen Wilmore, he was stellar in net in that opening period. He was quick to be aggressive out in front, and he's looking to try to get his confidence back. Again, lost the Knights backup role in training camp, and he's looking to be a big guy here tonight for the St. Thomas Stars.
Absolutely. Wilmore was fantastic. Barry on the other end, really standing on his head. As we take a look here, we can take a look at the standings right now in the Western Conference. Nationals still leading the way right now, continue to have a fantastic season overall. Getting first place on the docket after their first regulation loss this past weekend against Leamington, who have now clawed their way back within 1 point. St. Thomas, though, on the other end, sitting down in 8th place, still battling it out. Not to only 1 point back of third place St. Mary's. So it's a very clustered group right there in the middle.
Absolutely jam-packed early on in the season. Again, you mentioned it, 1 point separating third and the 8th spot. So all these teams so far this season trying to get themselves positioned in the right spot. So we'll see how that progresses. I expect St. Thomas to be more in that 5 to 6 spot in the Western Conference, and London's right where they normally are as we see them up the top. It's going to be interesting to see how well they do later on in the season.
Absolutely. Now, looking at what I saw a lot of in that first period was St. Thomas really trying to stretch that pass and really trying to get behind the Nationals defense. It worked to an extent where they managed to get a few shots, but you can probably expect they're going to continue that through the second.
Absolutely, and that's one of the going to be the things for St. Thomas is when you make that stretch pass, it sometimes works in your favor and sometimes it doesn't. So when they make that stretch pass, it can lead to a success. I mean, the goal was just off of a shot from the point. Weird deflection. That's going to be how St. Thomas tries to score their goal. So looking forward to see how St. Thomas does that here tonight.
Absolutely. We'll see if St. Thomas' game plan stays in effect or if the Nationals can make a comeback here as we get set for our second period of action.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will endeavor to describe the feeling on this ship.
The American ship is just trailing the Blue Nose.
Angus should never have agreed to this last race. She's too old.
Eddie!
The cops are hell your back! Get to it, Matt!
Appears there's some kind of difficulty.
There seems to be something loose up there, I believe.
The topsail's foul!
Just once more, old girl, and you can rest.
Her last race and still undefeated, the Blue Nose out of Lunenburg, Nova Scotia was fastest in the world for almost 20 years.
Join Mike Jack, who holds multiple world records for eating spicy peppers, as he challenged London restaurants to make the spiciest dishes they can, and then he eats them. This week, he visits Zeta Pizza and Frankenfurt's. Watch Jack Up the Heat Monday and Fridays at 5:30 p.m. Taking a look at our Paul Duarte and Associates shots on goal after 20 minutes of play. The Stars leading the Nationals 17-16, as both teams really piling it on in the shot category. As we look at our next contest, the Nationals welcoming the Komoka Kings, their other big rival from just outside of the city, as the Kings still another one of those teams that is struggling to get back into the win column. That'll be here next Wednesday, same time, same place on Rogers TV. As we get set here for the second period of action, the Nationals, they basically just need to keep doing what they were doing. Like it's a weird bounce that ended up causing the goal. Neither team really played poorly in that first period. Both teams getting a lot of offense in. Jacob Julian alone could have had 2 goals. So it's a wide open contest. It's anybody's game.
Absolutely. I mean, these two teams know each other very well, and they're trying to outdo each other. And that first period was very fast-paced. I mean, St. Thomas on their back check was trying to hunt that puck down and try to go the other way very quickly. And the Nationals were trying to slow things down, try to get their game going. So these two teams, again, feeling each other out. That first goal broke the ice for St. Thomas. They have the lead. They're, again, looking for the revenge game after London went down into their building at the Joe Thornton Arena and beat them. So St. Thomas looking for revenge here at the Western Fair.
It's going to be a lot on Dave Mastos, though, to keep the team focused and try to make sure they're driving the play and keeping what they need to do successful here as we get set for the second period.
Absolutely, and you're only down 1 goal. And both these teams have lots of shots already in this game. You talked about how St. Thomas wants to get more pucks on the net, and they've done that. And how you mentioned they wanted to get an average of 15 shots on goal a period. London had 40 in their last matchup against St. Thomas, so these two teams will easily be in the 30 to 40 shots on goal here tonight. So it's going to be interesting to see how they can get to that total, and it's going to be a goaltender battle from here on out.
Absolutely. All gas, no brakes. Just keep throwing the puck at the net. Let your goaltender be the one to stop them all. You don't need to get in the way of it for defense.
And I mean, what else could you expect here for our Wednesday night tradition here at the fair between these two local rivals? Only a half-hour drive from London to St. Thomas, taking Highbury Avenue. So these two teams, again, know each other a lot. And, you know, again, talking about the connection between these two teams and the London Knights, George Diaco, a former London National himself, who is in the building tonight, he provided a high presence for the Nationals back in 2019-20 when they went all the way to the Sutherland Cup final against Waterloo and lost in 7 games.
Absolutely. Very, very disheartening game. I remember that one quite well, as that one went to overtime of Game 7. And a very, very intense matchup, and something the Nationals hope to at least get close to again, but this time on the winning side. Face-off won by the Nationals as the puck comes down, picked up by McAlpine. Cross-ice pass by Jenkins. Phillips will deflect it out, but stolen right back by Pace Rock. Off to Chard. Chard across the red line, dumps it in. O'Reilly will pick it up on the far side. We mentioned all the London Knights connections already so far tonight. O'Reilly, another one of them, a second-round pick of the London Knights. Puck comes up to the blue line. Phillips. He'll just take it, throws it a bit too far. We will see an icing, and puck comes all the way back down into the Stars territory. Get a chance to reset once again.
And London again trying to make that stretch pass. St. Thomas did that. Talked about how both these teams have the scoring power and the speed to try to take advantage of those chances. So we'll see how they can fare here tonight as now they switch sides here for the second period.
Back to the blue line, takes a shot, bouncing puck on net. Wilmore, I don't even think got a piece of it as it gets stopped right before. Phillips in the corner. He tries to get a hold of it. Julian steals it off his stick. Gets up to the blue line. Lloyd does a great job as he throws it right back down behind the net again. McAlpine, big body play there as he just keeps on his feet. As he knocks Milne off the puck. Lloyd down low, deflected out front by Wood. Milne again in tight, tries to take a shot. Bouncing puck again. Wilmore has to be sharp and just hang on to his post. Lloyd again for distance. Another tries to deflect it right out front by Milne. The Nationals just taking a play right out of the Stars playbook. Get those bodies out front and try to deflect anything coming their way. Puck at the blue line, stolen again. Here comes Julian. Across the blue line, he's got Milne with him. Cross ice to Wood. Wood into the slot. Lloyd tries to take a shot, deflected out front. Stolen again by Julian. Julian just drives down low, right out front. Wood can't handle the shot. Puck picked up by Milne. Back to Lloyd. Lloyd winds up. He takes a shot, blockered away by Wilmore. Breakout pass attempted by the Stars. That gets deflected. Intended for Nickel. Rock across the blue line. Nice back check play again. Is Julian right on top of him. Down low is the puck. Stars trying to make something of it. Cross ice shot right from the blue line by Sturgeon. Puck comes up, sent right back down to the Nationals territory. Nationals come up with a lot more momentum to start the second. McKinnon to Zurich. Zurich back to McKinnon around the boards. Played in the corner and be picked up by French. French banks it off the wall. Puck does come out. Stolen by Weber, and he'll bring it back in the offensive zone. Nice physical play by McKinnon to stop that attempt. Vandenacker, he'll take it and throw it right back down. Zurich avoids the hit. Tries to stick with the puck. Puck gets to the top of the circle, sent right on net. And Barry, not liking what he's seeing, will just take it and throw it right back down.
Smart play there by Aiden Barry to, again, settle things down. Like you mentioned, he didn't like what he saw from his players in front of him as they were scrambling around in their own defensive zone. So he gets the offensive change, gets a new set of players on the ice, and so trying to get a fresh check.
Face-off won by the Stars. They maintain possession in their own in the National zone. Right out front again. Barry has to make another tight save in tight. Now for the puck continues down low. Gets up to the blue line. Duarte will come away with it. Duarte stolen off his stick. Nationals just dump it down in the offensive zone. Back the other way comes Catrice. Tries to get a long reaching pass for Franson, but just out of his reach. Dundas back to Duarte. Duarte over to Pace Roth. Pace Roth walks in. He takes a shot. That gets deflected out front. Stars will collect it. Bring it back the other way. Seminara has the puck down along the wall. Throws it behind the net just out of the reach of Hubin. McAlpine hustles in and gets on and keeps it in. Puck gets pinned against the wall. Drake comes right out with it. And another quick shot off the stick of Seminara. And a nice save by Barry.
Okay, again, St. Thomas doing a good job of getting control. They shoot this right on Aiden Barry with the glove save on that one. Controls it nice and easy. Doesn't allow a rebound in front.
McAlpine, he throws it down in the corner. Tries to get a hold of it. Mickeljohn will try to play it as well. Bouncing puck, neither team coming away with it. Nationals will gain possession now. O'Reilly across the blue line, has two Nationals with him. Right out front, gets it onto the stick, but can't get a shot off. There's Heggie. O'Reilly again, maintains possession. Nice little drop pass. Ends up on the stick of Chard. Chard battling for it with two Stars players. Gets it down low again. McAlpine, he tries to throw it behind the net. Thompson stops the play. Thompson back out front. Chard low by himself. Takes a shot. Beautiful save by Wilmore. Owen Wilmore making all kinds of great saves to keep the Stars in the lead. Pace Roth tries to make a play. That goes out of his reach. Mickeljohn, he'll collect it down in the corner. Hagee tries to put it off the wall. Can't get it by Mickeljohn. Back to the blue line. Jenkins takes a shot. That one just takes a weird bounce. Ends up right in the middle of the slot area, but no one there. Out comes free again. Pace Roth, he leads the rush. Dishes it over to Chard. Back into the slot. O'Reilly, he holds on. Doesn't like a shot attempt, still holds on to it. Drops it to Chard. Chard right out front again, another chance, right in the slot, and a beautiful save by Wilmore as he denies Wood.
Yeah, Wilmore does a good job of getting off of his post and making that aggressive push back out in front. You'll see it here. He gets quick and he gets big right out in front of his blue paint. Something that for a Nationals player is very hard to try to score on, and they get one in.
And just like that, off the faceoff, the Nationals tie it up on an awkward play. But Milne will lead the line as Nolan Milne looks like he has plotted his second goal of the season.
As I talk, they win the draw, and he just flutters that on the net, and it goes right in the net. A goal that I'm sure Owen Wilmore will want to have back, as it pretty much Milne wins the draw forward and then just gets a shot on the net, and it went right in. And now we got a tie game.
From just at the last end of the replay there, Julian wins the faceoff, takes the quick shot. Looks like Milne gets a piece of it right out front. So exactly what the Nationals need is they apply a lot of pressure here in the second and will come away with a goal. Lloyd with the puck, comes up the right wing side, across the blue line. Nice cross-ice pass, right in tight again, Julio, a beautiful chance again. Just can't get on the stick of Milne. Off the wall now, Sturgis. Back across the blue line. Weber, he can't get a shot off, that gets blocked. McGowan gives it up. In comes French across the blue line. French waits, takes a shot. That gets deflected down low. Another puck is put out right out front. Wilmore deflects it. Stolen right in the neutral zone. Nationals have to wait. Cross the blue line just a little too late. Julian on the very end of a shift as he was exhausted and couldn't get back off in time for Lloyd.
Yeah, and right before London got that goal, I saw Dave Matsos on the bench. He went down to his defensive group and he was making adjustments. He had the whiteboard out, drawing up plays. So like, in-game adjustments by the Nationals so far in this contest, and it paid off right off of that faceoff.
Faceoff won this time by the Stars. They'll come in the offensive zone. Quick shot. Ends up right in the glove of Barry, and he'll hang on.
And as we get to the midway point of this game, the shots are now 24-22. So again, we talked about how these two teams wanted to get lots of shots on net, and so far they're doing just that.
Nationals dictating a lot of the play here in the second period, though. Stars have been on the back foot for most of it. Bouncing puck comes all the way down. Kostescu can't quite get the puck out. French tries to move it down low. Kostescu, he tries to play it back up the wall. Stolen by French, behind the net. French tries to put it right out front as he had Zurich waiting on the doorstep. Puck gets thrown hard around the boards. McKinnon on the far side. Puts it behind the net. Bouncing puck up to the blue line, still kept in the offensive zone. Nationals' third line doing a good job of applying a lot of pressure. Puck pinned in the corner. 3 Stars, 2 Nationals battling for it. Still can't come out, now it will. Kostescu up to Catrice. Catrice tries to get it out, gets it to the blue line, does clear the zone, but the Nationals bring it right back in. Seminara, he takes Zurich down hard. Back to the blue line, tries to get it past Fisher, can't. Zurich gets a hold of it, tries to put it right into the slot as he had Palmer going right down the middle. Puck will go all the way down and it will go for icing. So the Nationals get a change and a tired Stars unit has to stay out there. A lot of hard work in the corners. That takes a lot out of you. And Nationals get a big opportunity here as they bring out a line with Dundas and Duarte and Bunker. Face-off won by the Nationals, quickly jumped on by the Stars. Across the blue line they come. Huge hit right up the hash marks. As Franzen gets taken down hard. Puck gets stolen. Brought back out by Dundas. Dundas across the blue line. He takes a shot. That gets blocked. Tries to put it into the middle again, but can't get to his target in Duarte. Bunker, he tries to get a hold of the puck. Loses it, picked up by the Nationals D. Gets to the blue line, Medeiros plays it a little too hard, and it will be an intentional offside. So we're coming all the way back down into Stars territory.
The Star, and talking about the physical play, you can see lots of it in the opening period, and it's just laying the boom there as the Nationals D on the far side, making the big hit. Something that we're seeing very often here so far in this game.
Chard just ties up the Stars centerman, and he'll come away with the puck. Gets pinned down in the corner, gets a hard hit by Jenkins. Right into the slot area, O'Reilly takes a shot. That one just slides wide. Another shot on net by the Nationals defender. Gets blocked. Nice pick off out of midair. Over to Chard again. Back into the slot area, stolen back. Here comes Dobbin the other way. Jackson Dobbin across the blue, and he takes a shot. That gets deflected by Pace Roth as the two number 10s collide right at the Nationals blue line.
Yeah, London had an opportunity there as there was two Stars trying to go the other way on a turnover, but the Nationals do a good job of being aggressive at the blue line, keeping the puck in. They get it over to Milne here on the near side. Now, unfortunately, they're not able to capitalize, and then St. Thomas's Dobbin went down the other way, had a shot off, and it deflected off of a stick and out of play.
You can see a lot here in the second period. What the Stars were doing was trying to jump on top of the Nationals D. The Nationals are doing a lot of that as well. I can see here in the second period, really doing that bounce pass off the wall and trying to get that speed boost around them. And it is working a little more than it was in the first. Puck banked off the boards. Picked up by McGowan. Cross-ice pass quickly stolen across the blue line. Here comes Phillips. Phillips walks in. He tries to take a backhander. That gets deflected. Back on the stick of the Nationals. Bounced over the stick of O'Reilly, but Hill managed to collect it. Gets over McGowan. McGowan tries to get a backhand right in the slot. Down low again. O'Reilly, he hammers that puck right on net. And Lloyd blows a tire as the Stars try to break out the other way. 2-on-1 opportunity. O'Reilly, great defensive play as the Nationals are going to take a penalty on it. But the Nationals just some great defensive work to stop that from being a 2-on-1. Puck comes out and now the whistle will go. So it'll be a slashing call and O'Reilly going to get an extra one just for the afterwards as he's getting into it a few times with Matt Sturgeon and Jackson Phillips.
Again, we talk about the physicality in this matchup as we're going to see two Nationals, or pardon me, just the one going to the box, and he goes into the wrong box as Lloyd goes, and as he goes on the trip, as you'll see it there on your screen, as he just takes out the Nats forward as he tried to make that opportunity happen as it was a 2-on-1. And so now we've got penalties on the play, and so the referee is just getting that straight in the penalties box.
So O'Reilly is going to the box after all. He's all skating around in the neutral zone trying to figure out what's going on. So the Stars are going to get an extended 5-on-3 here for the full 2 minutes. It looks like. So huge opportunity for the Stars to retake the lead. 9:03 left here in the second period, tied 1-1. As both Lloyd and O'Reilly in the box. Stars. Puck gets set all the way down into their own zone. Hubin over to Jenkins. Jenkins will lead the rush out for the Stars. Over to Nickel. Across the blue line, waits up. Back to the point. Jenkins. Nickel. Back to Jenkins. Nickel again. Throws it down low to Hubin. Battle back and forth continues here as they try to open up the Nationals defenders. Jenkins throws it down low, right out front. Cross ice. Can't quite handle the pass as Barry was well out of position. Back to Nickel again. Still trying to find that opening. Nickel, down low. Process against to Jenkins, down low. Tries to get it right out front. Loose puck, Barry, beautiful toe save. Gets to the blue line, Nickel holds on. Walks in, cross ice, big slap shot. That one just goes wide, and that's going to clear the zone. Nationals penalty killers trying to quickly get off. A little bit too late, and it will be an offside call as just a little bit too much. As William Nichols saw the opening, but jumped the gun a bit too much.
Again, Aiden Barry makes the stick save on that one. It was a stretch pass gone across the ice, and Aiden Barry made the save, and then the Stars tried to catch the Nationals off guard with the stretch pass. The Nationals bench trying to get a call saying that there was too many men on the ice, and the officials saying that everything was okay as none of the players that were coming onto the ice were touching the puck.
Face-off won by the Stars. The Nationals back off. And Snedden across the blue line. He walks in right in the slot. Can't quite get a shot off his Catrice. Stolen by the Nationals. Puck gets sent down the length of the ice. As the Nationals penalty killers just continue to do some great work keeping the Stars to the outside. 6 seconds remaining in the power play. Across the blue line. Right to the top, Vandenacker. Penalties are expired. Back to 5-on-5. Puck brought right out. O'Reilly and Lloyd quickly join the play. Back to the blue line. Jackson Phillips. Over to Catrice. Takes the shot. That gets blocked. Back the other way. Here comes O'Reilly. O'Reilly's got Thompson with him. O'Reilly cuts to the middle. Tries to take a shot. Just misses wide. Thompson tries to take a huge hit. He ends up on the ice. Played by Vandenacker. Throws it behind the net. On the stick of Catrice. Quickly pressured down low by Zurich. French out there as well. Cross ice to Weber. Brings in the offensive zone. Behind the net, puts it right out front. Nice attempt. That gets stopped, raised it, almost gets its intended target of Vandenberg. Palmer down low. He blows the tires. He tries to cut in the middle. Long reach pass intended for Vandenberg, just out of his reach. Fisher now for the Nationals. Over to McKinnon. Up to Zurich. Bouncing puck, gets onto the stick of Palmer across the blue line. Palmer right in the middle, tries to get it to Zurich. Nice defensive play by Nickel to stop that attempt. McKinnon pinches in to keep the possession up for the Nationals. Puck continues down low. French walks out. He takes a shot. Kicked aside by Wilmore. Bouncing puck gets it out into the Nationals territory, but right into the neutral ice again. Weber, nice little move, gets around his man, but still can't hold on to the puck. Picked up by Duarte. Duarte battling for two Stars players. He goes down. Up the wall, just catch the netting. And the Nationals will get a bit of a breather here as the Stars continue to apply a lot of pressure here in the later half of the second period.
Yeah, St. Thomas has seemed to have found their legs here again in the later stage of the second period. They're doing a good job of cycling the puck, trying again to find that open man on an open side. The Nationals are doing a good job again, like you mentioned, Kyle, of keeping the Stars players to the outside.
Behind the net. Haggy, he gets pinned against the wall. Jackson Dobbin tries to get it out, back to the blue line. Played hard against the wall by Barry. Duarte, he gets pinned against the boards. Can't quite get a hold of the puck. Picked up by Haggy. Haggy up to Bunker. Puck goes out into the neutral zone, but sent right back down to the Nationals territory. Nichols on. He blows a tire right at the blue line. Brought across the blue line by Sturgeon. Up the wall. Puck hits the ref right in the corner. Stays in Nationals territory again. Up the wall, this time Duarte. Duarte tries to hit Palmer with a lead pass. Ends up on the stick of Duarte again. Nice little move, gets across the blue line. Another shot from distance, bouncing puck. Wilmore has to struggle to find it, but manages to find it in the end and hangs on for the whistle.
Yeah, Wilmore doing a good job there as they come across. Duarte with the nice little in and out move, gets it over. The shot gets on, and Wilmore had to fight that just a little bit as he made the save. Gets that rebound in front of him, gets everything settled down, and he'll get a face-off here to his left with a fresh set of players here for St. Thomas.
Milne loses the face-off. Hubin just powers him down to the ice. Hubin will collect the puck, brings it across the red line, and throws it down. Lloyd behind the Nationals net. Onto the stick of Jacob Julian. Bouncing puck, a little bit of a foot race. He brought it picked up and held on to by Kotescu. Stolen by the Nationals, right out front again, right in the slot area. Julian can't get a hold of it. Bouncing puck still. We're going to see a penalty coming, though. That extra little shot by Jacob Julian's going to cost him, as he'll head to the box for 2 minutes or less.
Yeah, Julian on this play. He tries to get this puck, and on the turnaround right there's that little slash. The referee picks that up right in the middle of the ice. And once again, St. Thomas will go to the power play. They had that 5-on-3, and they weren't able to capitalize on that. So we'll see here late in the second period if they can try to get another power play marker and see if they can take a lead.
Another face-off win by Hubin. Out to the blue line. Over to Nickel. Back to the blue line, Jenkin. Cross ice, big slap shot taken by Hubin, but it just bounces over to the net. Right down low, Char tries to apply some pressure. Now to Nickel. Nickel circles back. Char, the one national on the offense. He switches up for Thompson. Nickel keeps searching around, looking for the outlet. Just takes it for a skate himself up the left wing side. Gets it across the blue line, finds the puck himself. Back up to the blue line, Jenkin. Over to Hubin. Hubin tries to fans on the cross ice pass. Still maintains possession. Now picked up by the Nationals. Sent out in neutral ice. Jenkin will pick it up for the Stars. Stars doing a bit of a change. So do the Nationals. Seminara just deflects the puck down into the Nationals territory. Puck thrown hard at the boards again. Jenkin has to be right on top of it once again. Stars power play not showing much life here as they continue to not get any consistent offense. Puck thrown down in the offensive zone. McGowan pins it against the boards. Tries to get some help from Wood. Puck comes right out of the slot area. Still can't get a shot on net. Down low again. Stars breaking around the net. Thrown behind. Picked by Seminara. Up to the blue line. Catrice. Down to Seminara. Catrice again. Right in the slot area. Takes the shot. That gets deflected. Nice play by Milne. Penalty expires. Julian back on the ice. Stars now 0 for 3. Another big hit thrown by Milne. Puck held along the wall. Gets to the blue line. Thrown down. Kept in the offensive zone. Vandenacker. He throws it down low again. Right back out front. Bouncing puck. Still can't get a hold. Loose puck again. Beautiful chance. And Snedden just puts it through the crease as he has an open cage on the left wing side. Puck down low on the ice. One of the Nationals players just basically on his knees, and that's be Milne. As the whistle finally goes. And with 34 seconds left, we'll have a face-off in Nationals territory as both teams go for the full change.
You can just see the determination there by Milne as he is completely red-faced on that as he was trying to pin that puck for as long as he can. And St. Thomas players were trying to dig the puck out of him, and he just completely denied them, and he killed off a lot of time.
Puck picked up by the Nationals. Win the faceoff. McKinnon, long pass, ends up on the stick of Palmer. Palmer circles back. He carries it down low. Back over to Chard. Back to the blue line to McKinnon. McKinnon, he takes a shot. That gets blocked. McAlpine, he gets hit off the puck by Chard. Chart over to Wood, tries to get it out. Here come the Stars the other way. Across the blue line, Vandenberg. And that doesn't get any offense going there. So the Nationals come back and tie it up as we will go to the third period here. Stars 1, Nationals 1. You are watching the London Brewing Co-op Nationals hockey here on Rogers TV.
My name is Chase Nicholas. I am a Mi'kmaq hockey player. Growing up, I always remember my family talking about the Mi'kmaq as the creators of the game of hockey. In grade 7, I did research on Mi'kmaq hockey sticks as the first sticks of the NHL. I found a Mi'kmaq hockey stick made in 1917, the same year the NHL was formed. I was surprised to find out the very stick I was holding was made by my great-great-grandfather, Alexander Cope. In 1934, an elder known as Old Joe Cope wrote a letter to the Halifax Herald claiming the Mi'kmaq created hockey. I found out later that I am a direct descendant of Old Joe Cope. There was a time when Mi'kmaq children were torn from their families and not allowed to speak their language, losing their words and stories. But the stories are coming back to us. Stepping on the ice, I take pride knowing the roots of the game of hockey stem from my ancestors in the Mi'kmaq Nation.
Everybody knows not to drink and drive, but some people still think it's okay to take drugs and drive. Police have the authority, the ability, and the tools to determine if drivers are impaired by legal or illegal drugs. And because drug-impaired drivers can pose just as great a risk as drunk drivers, they face the same penalties, like the loss of their driver's license, a criminal record, fines, and more. A message from the RCMP, the Canadian Association of Chiefs of Police, and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
Welcome back, fans. I'm here with Lucas Chard, assistant captain of the London Nationals. Now, Lucas, the word on the street is that you're a pretty lethal ping pong player. If you had to pick someone on your team to face, who would it be?
Maybe Tom, or he can give me a run for my money. Most of those other guys I take pretty easily. He's a pretty good player. We have a couple good matches, but not too much of a challenge for most of those guys out there.
That's awesome. As far as the rest of the season's looking, how are you looking to lead your team?
Yeah, I mean, just kind of lead by example. We have a good team, a lot of vets, so there's not too much that I need to do here, but try to lead by example. We have a good team, so just keep going. We have a good start, so hopefully we can keep that going for the rest of the year.
The game is tied at 1-1 for right now. How are you looking to get some more points up on the scoreboard?
Yeah, we just have to keep doing our thing. We've had a good 27 shots in the first period. First two, pretty good, so just keep doing our thing. They'll fall, run into a hot goalie, but we'll, I think we should get a couple here, hopefully in the third.
Thanks so much, Lucas. We'll be right back with more London Brewing Co-op and Nationals hockey right after this.
Behold Emily Carr, painter, about to encounter the force that will consume her life.
How tightly they sealed their secrets from me, humble and pleading before the great trees, awaiting the invitation from the Spirit to come meet me halfway. Nothing is still now, everything is alive. At last, I knew I must see through the eye of the totem itself, the mythic eye of the forest.
Seldom able to live by her brush, before she died in 1945, Emily Carr was in the first rank of Canadian painters.
This is my country. What I want to express is here, and I love it. Amen.
After a night out with your friends, there's always options for getting home safely. You could call your BFF, your mom or dad, whoever you can count on for a safe ride home. You could call your favorite cab company or 1-888 taxi guy. Or you could use the Arrive Alive smartphone app to help you choose your ride. Be it a friend, transit, or taxi, getting home safely is app easy. Now available for iOS and Android devices. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive, drive sober.
Did you know all the camera operators, audio, graphics, and replay for tonight's game are volunteers? Rogers TV volunteers learn the skills needed to put on a show, including camera, audio, graphics, and more. If you're interested, visit rogerstv.com/volunteer to sign up. Back here at the Western Fair Sports Center, Nationals come alive in the second period and tie it up 1-1. And as we said, a very close game between these two teams. Both teams getting their opportunities, but I think the second period for the first half dictated by the Nationals, second by the Stars.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at both of these teams, we tried to figure out who was going to break the ice in this game tonight. St. Thomas got it going in the first period late, and then London off of a draw, quick shot on the net, beats Owen Wilmore. So 1-1, not surprising here tonight that the goaltenders are playing their best hockey so far this season.
Yeah, and the goal the Nationals pick up here in the second period, not what you typically expect. What you want to hear, quick face-off win, and then just right on net off the shot from Jacob Julian, ends up hitting Milne on the way, and so Milne, his second of the year, assisted by Julian. As you can see, their shots as well down from the first period, 10-9 in favor of the Stars. Would have expected a lot more from the Stars, as they did have 6 minutes of power play time in that second period with nothing to show for it. Overall, Nationals continued to just play very well. Overall, just solid hockey throughout the period. A couple undisciplined plays. The O'Reilly penalty probably could have been avoided, but overall, that penalty kill was dynamite for the Nationals.
Absolutely. St. Thomas had nothing to show for on their special teams. I mean, all they did, especially on that 5-on-3, Kyle, was they were just passing the puck around. Nothing was really open for them. The Nationals were very tight on their penalty kill. They didn't allow anything towards the inside portions, anything dangerous. So St. Thomas, all they did was just pass the puck around and couldn't find the open shot or any real golden scoring opportunities. So that's going to be something that St. Thomas is going to want to work on throughout the season, is their special teams, get shots on the net. And Winkley mentioned that special teams, they got to work on that.
Absolutely, and just overall, both teams getting a lot of help from their goaltender, Owen Wilmore, playing some fantastic work throughout that entire second period, making some big key saves to make sure the Stars keep ahead in this game until the Nationals get back.
Absolutely. I mean, Wilmore currently sits with a save percentage of .885, something that he's not overall happy with, and he's going to want to rebound here tonight to try to increase those numbers, and he's doing that so far tonight, only allowing the one goal, a fluky goal that he would want to have back. So hopefully he can keep his team in this game and try to sneak 2 points out of London tonight.
On the other hand, Aiden Barry, his numbers took a beating against the Leamington Flyers on the weekend, but has clearly wanted to make this a bounce-back game and has looked absolutely fantastic through the first two periods. The one goal the Stars beat him with in the first period was just a fluky tip right out front. So both goalies are giving up that kind of tip play, but otherwise Barry on top of his game, exactly what the Nationals expect of him between fights.
For sure, and Barry's that goaltender. He likes to be calm, cool, collected in his net, and we've seen in the second period, he did just that. He was very good going across the crease to make the saves when he needed to. Again, on that special teams, he made a big save as it came across to his right-hand side, made that big pad save. That was big for him. And again, it's a revenge game for a lot of players tonight. For Aiden Barry, it's a big game for him. He wants to rebound, especially after that 8-3 loss to the Leamington Flyers. So expect him to try to continue his good game here tonight.
And then as we showed earlier in the first intermission, the standings, the Stars win this game. They move up from 8th place to 3rd. So a huge jump can happen if the Stars can come away with this win. To do that, what do the Stars need to do in the third period here?
They need to keep doing what they're doing. We talked about how they make that stretch pass from their own zone, trying to get it over to the blue line. So both teams have been trying to make plays they typically don't make, but it sometimes works, and it did for the St. Thomas Stars in that first period. They got a shot from the point, deflected in, and it's going to be one of those weird odd bounce goals that is going to win it, and that's going to be St. Thomas's way to win here tonight.
I think on the other side as well for the Nationals, they still only have a 2-point lead right now in the Leamington Flyers. If they want to try to come up and got to get that lead, like continue that first place spot in the Western Conference, keep to their game, keep putting the puck on net, because whatever they're doing right now, it has been working throughout that second period. Just got to try to stay out of the box. Despite the Stars' penalty kill, power play not doing what it needs to, it's going to hit eventually. The 17% still means you score eventually.
Absolutely. I mean, Dave Matzos, we've seen it in the second period. He was trying to make adjustments mid-game, trying to find open spaces for the Nationals, and so I expect here in the dressing room, that's what Matos is going to be doing. He's going to want to make sure his team is making the appropriate adjustments, trying to find maybe some more open ice for his players, maybe try to get his D more activated. I haven't really seen Owen McGowan take too many rushes here tonight, so we'll see if he can try to get his D more activated and try to take those more offensive opportunities.
I think if you're Dave Mastos as well, you got to take away the positives that you can see from your team. As we said, no Bowers in the lineup tonight, no Sanofi, and that's two of the big top 6 forwards for the Nationals who will apply a lot of that extra pressure and offensive force for the team. So they got to be happy with where they are. They'd like to have a lead coming into the third period, but you have the home ice advantage. You know this rink better than the Stars do, and you got to hope that can at least get you that extra push. We've liked what I've seen from some of the Nationals, like depth forwards so far. Palmer's looked good tonight. Thompson's looked good. You got to hope that one of those guys can pitch in and get that game-winning goal throughout third.
For sure, guys like Thompson, he provides that physical aspect of the game where we're seeing that a lot here as guys are throwing their body around, trying, again, to get that open space for each other. They're trying to get the key areas, try to find those golden scoring opportunities. So expect, again, like you mentioned, those depth guys to try to provide the power for the Nationals here tonight. Yeah,
absolutely, and we will see which team reigns supreme as we get set for our third period here on London Brewing Co-op Nationals Hockey on Rogers TV.
Hey, this is Scott Navarro, producer here at Rogers TV, and while I've been a staff member for about 5 years, I've actually started my Rogers TV journey as a volunteer 10 years ago. I started as a volunteer in high school, trying to get some hands-on experience, see if I liked working in TV, and I loved it. I met some great people who I'm still friends with to this day, and the technical skills I learned helped me get a job in Toronto working in TV before moving back to London to get a job here at Rogers TV. So if you're a young person and you're interested in television production, I recommend you come out, get some hands-on experience, and see if you like it. Or even if you're a not so young person, I still recommend you join our crew, get some experience, and have some fun along the way. We've got some opportunities working on sports productions, studio productions, and shooting shows out in the field. So if this is something that you're interested in, go to rogerstv.com/volunteer, and I'd love to see you on one of my crews real soon.
Game Day London takes readers behind the scenes and beyond the box scores, offering news, analysis, long form, and interviews, all produced by local journalists. Catch the coverage at GameDayLondon.com. Taking a look at our Paul Duarte and Associates shots on goal after 40 minutes of play. 10-9 was your shots in favor of the Stars after a 17-16 first to bring us to 27-25 in favor of the St. Thomas Stars, but the score still stands at 1-1. As we get set, we take a look at our next game, which will be next Wednesday here at the Western Fair Sports Center as the Camoka Kings drive down Oxford Street to come visit the London Nationals, and a heated contest. Once again, another one that could be much closer in the standings depending on how the Kings do. And as always, our third period is brought to you by Collins Clothiers. Nationals get set here for third period action. They're the first one out here tonight for the third, as we saw in the second period. The Nationals took a lot longer in in the dressing room. Dave Mastos giving a couple extra words of wisdom and motivation to his team. We're seeing something very similar with the Stars coming out tonight, as the refs are blocking their way to get to their own bench.
Waiting for the Zamboni and the ice crew to finish off and close the door here as we get ready for period number 3, and I expect both teams to be flying off the hop here in this third period. As we saw in the first period, both teams were very fast-paced, making those stretch passes, trying to make plays that they normally don't, which we don't expect to see normally. But again, the Nationals are going to try to play their controlled way, try to make their plays. Again, I mentioned it during the intermission, how Owen McGowan, we haven't really seen him make any real rushes with the puck here tonight. So he's been very defensive here tonight. So I expect McGowan to maybe step up here in this third period. For St. Thomas, they just got to keep doing what they're doing. They've been making those stretch passes work for them. It got them a goal, and they got into the zone. They got that shot from the point. And then again, London, their secondary guys, Thompson, you know, he's provided a big presence for the Nationals here. He's provided the physical play and also getting on the score sheet as well.
Expect to see a lot from this line here. Coming in as the top line for tonight's game is with Thompson, with O'Reilly and Chard. You got to expect one of the three of them to come away with a goal the way they've looked so far tonight. Face-off won by the Nationals, picked up by O'Reilly behind their own net. Sent up the wall, cross-ice pass, just bounces over the stick of Thompson, just a bit too far, and will come down into the Nationals territory on the ice.
We talked about it at the top of the game, how this is going to be a goaltending matchup, and it's been that so far in this game. Both Wilmore and Barry have made the big saves when they've needed to, so at this point it's going to be a situation where maybe the next goal wins.
Absolutely. We've only seen one goal per period so far. Thompson, he comes across the blue line. He takes a shot right on Wilmore, and Wilmore has to make the save. And so we get our first shot of the third.
And again, O'Reilly, he has been providing big numbers for the Nationals this season. He goes in trying to find any loose change around Owen Wilmore, and Wilmore does the right thing, just makes a save, holds on to it, and doesn't allow a rebound.
Face-off won by the Stars. Right down low again, takes a wrapper and scores! Beautiful chance. Braden Thompson brings us back to the 1980s with the wraparound and puts the Nationals up 2-1.
Right off the draw, they ring it around, and Thompson goes right behind, catches Wilmore napping, doesn't close the 5-hole on time, and Thompson's able to get that one right into the back of the net. And for Thompson, that is his second goal on the campaign. For him, he wants to feel good being moved up onto that line with Chard, and he's able to get it right off the draw. And just like that, not even a minute into this third period, the Nationals had a lead.
Owen McGowan will pick the puck up quickly and send it back down in the Stars territory. As I said just a minute ago, right out front again, another chance for the Nationals, as they can try to just capitalize and jump on the Stars quickly. McGowan to the blue line, blows a tire, still maintains possession. He'll throw it into the corner. Stolen by Wood. Over to McGowan, right in the slot. McGowan walks in, he takes a shot, saved by Wilmore, but Wilmore couldn't hang on to it as it bounces into the side of the net. Back in the Nationals, in the Stars territory. Julian tries to jump on top of it, but picked up by the Stars. Now onto the stick of Julian. Julian walks across the blue line. He takes a shot. Wilmore has to make a save up high. Milne, he comes in, steals the puck. Down low again, behind the net, Julian. He battles for it, gets it back to the blue line. McGowan to Julian. Julian comes right into the slot, holds on, takes a shot, kicked aside by Wilmore. Lloyd puts it back up to the blue line of Julian. Across to McGowan. Nationals looking real crisp to start the third. Puck comes out, beautiful stick lift by Wood. Sends it down into the corner again, Lloyd. Nice little touch pass to Milne behind the net. Milne to Wood, Wood takes a shot, nice save again by Wilmore. As the net looks like it comes off its moorings. And we get a face-off, but the Nationals, a lot of pressure.
Yeah, we talked about how the home ice advantage being keen there is, again, the shot by Wood had saved there by Wilmore, and we hadn't talked about it yet, and it hadn't happened yet, but it waited until the third period for the pegs to be off of its moorings. And Wilmore gets a whistle there as, once again, home ice advantage providing pivotal presence here for the Nationals, as currently the referee is over talking to Dave Matsos essentially about that, as the referees blew it down, as maybe Matsos is maybe talking about why they blew that whistle down right away, as the Nationals had possession of the puck. And so Matsos is just getting everything talked to, and Wilmore, he had to be big on that one. And again, the wraparound, a goal. As a goaltender, you don't want to allow a wraparound type goal, as you want to make sure you want to keep everything close to you. And unfortunately for Wilmore, he allows that one. And so The referees have finished talking to Matsos, and we'll have a face-off here just to the right of Wilmore.
Face-off won by the Nationals. Palmer gets it back to the blue line. Fisher takes a shot. Blockered away again by Wilmore. Behind the net. Nice play by Duarte. Waits, tries to make a move out front. Tries to get the pass. That gets deflected. Stars will carry it out. Back inside. Buckley brought out. Nice move inside. As Catrice carries it across the blue line, moves it down behind the net. Hubin, he tries to get a hold of it. Stolen off his stick by Palmer. Stars trying to get something going. Picked up by the Stars and sent right back in. Barry comes out of his net to play the puck. Up to Fisher along the wall. Palmer now. Duarte, he takes a hard hit. Palmer across the blue line. Drop for Fisher. Fisher takes a shot from distance. Tipped out front by Bunker. Another shot on net. That one gets blocked. Puck gets collected by Heggie. Heggie assesses the situation. Avoids a hit. Gets across the red line and dumps it in. McAlpine down low. Tries to collect it for the Stars. Stolen off his stick by Dundas. Puck right to the blue line. Will stay in. Now it comes out. Dundas cycles back. Onto the stick of French. French across the blue line. He takes a shot. That gets deflected in the corner. Bouncing puck right in the slot area. No one can get a hold of it. Now it gets sent down the length of the ice. Curtis Heggie in a foot race with Mickeljohn. Up the wall. Mickeljohn comes away with it. He sends it over to Sneeden. Back to the blue line. Another pass down low by Jenkin. Mickeljohn, he tries to move it out to the front of the net. Stolen back by the Nationals. Puck across the blue line. Played down low. Dundas can't get a hold of it. Sent into the far corner now. National Stars will get it out into neutral ice. McGowan picks it up as the Nationals change. A little backhand pass around the boards. Gets onto the stick of Lucas Chard. Back to McGowan. Tries to put it up the wall. That gets deflected. Chard picks it up. Cross ice pass into the offensive zone. Come the Nationals. Chard out front gets a deflection. That one just goes wide. Thompson gets the puck in tight. Takes a shot. Another save by Wilmore. Thompson throwing his body around in the corner. O'Reilly gets out on the action as well. Puck sent down in the corner. Stars get to the blue line and out. Almost gets a partial break, but just out of the reach of Phillips. McGowan off the wall. Gets it to O'Reilly. O'Reilly, nice little spin move as he maintains possession. Over to Chard right in the slot. Chard waits to McGowan. McGowan takes a shot. That gets deflected on the way to the net. Bouncing puck into the center ice area. Lloyd right on top of it. He tries to put it back up the wall. Gets past two Stars defenders. Here over cross ice again. O'Reilly to Thompson. Thompson walks in. Back into O'Reilly. O'Reilly takes the shot. Beautiful save by Wilmore. Back into the neutral ice. Lloyd circles back. Sten was right on top of him. Chard across the blue line. This Nationals top line just applying all kinds of pressure onto the Stars. O'Reilly, now Chard. Back to the blue line. Lloyd, he tries to keep it in. Gets it past Sneddon. Down low, finally gets picked up by Katescu. Cross ice pass just out of the reach of Wood. Wood's going to hustle to it. He beats out the icing. Wood tries to throw it into the slot. Collected again by the Nationals. Back to the blue line. Fisher, he takes a shot. Wilmore tries to get a hold of it. Gets a deflection on the glove, but doesn't manage to hang on. Julian. Nice little head fake as he turns back the other way. Riley Wood across the blue line. Carries it in. Has Lloyd right out front. Wood waits. Now down low. Tries to go cross ice. That gets deflected. Back to the blue line to Lloyd. Lloyd winds up, fires. That one goes right on net. Another save by Wilmore. Stars trying to clear the zone. Lloyd, beautiful play at the blue line to keep it in. Down to McAlpine behind the net. He moves it around over to Catrice. Gets it up to Weber on the right wing side. Across the blue line. Stalled up quickly, trying to stay with the puck is Nickel. Nickel loses control. Finds the puck through some feet. Nickel again. Tries to bring it behind the net. Fisher tries to put it back up the wall. Vandenberg throws it down in the corner. So just some hard work and determination from Julian as the Nationals get the puck out. Milne, he takes a hard hit. Milne tries to get right back on it. Puck be brought out and then stolen again by the Nationals. Across the blue line. Pace Roth. Cross ice pass just out of the reach of Duarte. Behind the net, Palmer. Goes around the circle, puts it on net. That gets tipped out front. Thrown down in the corners. Pace Roth tries to keep it in. Up clear the zone, now onto the stick from Carter Duarte. Duarte across the blue line, over to Palmer. Palmer walks in. He tries to take a shot, bouncing puck down low, can't find its way into the front of the net. And that is off once again as the Stars finally get to take a breather as the Nationals' relentless attack continues.
All kinds of offensive pressure as we're going to take a look at this great scoring chance. Again, look at this play by Thompson. Puts it in between the legs of the defender, gets it over to his man in Sam O'Reilly. O'Reilly not able to finish as he got it on his backhand, not able to capitalize. But again, Thompson providing that big presence on the Nationals top line.
Back to the blue line. That one just gets past the Nationals defender. Nice diving play by Logan Pace Roth to keep the puck on National sticks. Zurich, cross ice. Over the blue line. Just past Pace Roth now. Bit of a foot race happening now. Across the blue line, walks in, gets an opportunity. Another defensive play by Logan Pace Roth to deny that chance. As Seminara walks in, as he's had two capital grade A chances to score here for the Stars, but that one denied by Pace Roth. Behind the net now, Dundas. He gets hit hard to the wall. Waits for some support. Zurich can't get there in time. Brought back out by Dobbin. Jackson Dobbin across the blue line. He takes a shot. Ends up right in the glove of Aiden Barry.
Yeah, and again, St. Thomas had that goal scoring opportunity as they get it, make an aggressive play at the blue line, trying to drive, and a great stick there again by the Nationals defense. Logan Pace Roth, great defensive play. He made two in that series there. He made a diving play to pass it over to his partner, and then on that play there, just shows the hustle to get back, skate hard, make the defensive play. And that's something that I'm sure Dave Matsos really appreciates from his D pairs, as they almost got caught at their own blue line.
Absolutely. You saw the play on that last chance there as the Stars player gets ahead of the defense, and looks like Pace Roth was a little flat-footed, but just that hustle he has to get back in the play. There's a reason he gets the amount of minutes he does for the Nationals. He's relied on a lot on that back end. If it wasn't for McGowan, he'd be on that top pair. So the two of them make an extremely dangerous 1-2 punch on the right side. Puck down low. Nationals battling for it again. Thompson, now Chard, back to Thompson. Back out front again, tries to get a shot as O'Reilly. Lead pass intended for Mickeljohn, ends up in his feet. Picked up by Lloyd. Lloyd comes out with speed, fights off Mickeljohn. Gets it over to O'Reilly. O'Reilly, nice pass over to McGowan in the middle of the ice. He brings it in himself. Owen McGowan leads the rush for the Nationals. Cycles the puck down low. Over to Chart. Now to O'Reilly. Thompson battling for it out front. Over to Chard. Chard walks in. He takes a shot and scores! Sam O'Reilly makes it 3-1 for the Nationals as he puts a goal in his 5th straight game.
What a tear Sam O'Reilly is on right now. Again, you mentioned it, his 5th goal in a row in 5 games. Beautiful play there by Chard, just giving it right into the middle. And once again, O'Reilly beats Wilmore 5-hole. The Nationals are up to 40 shots now in this 3rd period. So once again, the shots on goal in their last meeting in St. Thomas, they had 43-27. So we're going to beat that mark here tonight. Again, St. Thomas needing to do a better job of trying to get more shots on the net. They haven't done so much in this 3rd period.
Absolutely. One thing I wanted to point out on that last play as well, another chance by the Stars, quickly turned around by the Nationals. But just as O'Reilly comes out from the corner, taps his stick, calls to Chard the whole way. He knew exactly what he was doing, and just perfect pinpoint accuracy on the shot to give the Nationals the goal. Over to McKinnon. McKinnon tries to get it out. Can't get it by Snedden. Over to Julian. Cross-ice pass. Back to Julian again. He tries to put it up the wall. Gets knocked down, but ends up on a stick of Wood. Wood floats into the far corner. Jenkin, he'll pick it up. Sends it over to McAlpine. McAlpine, he gets muscled right off the puck by Milne. Down low again. The Nationals continue to apply a lot of pressure. Wood. Back to the blue line. Fisher, over to Julian. Julian, cross ice, intended for Fisher, but a little too far out of his reach. McKinnon will just throw it down low. McAlpine again. He gets muscled off the puck from Milne. Milne looked like he hurt his arm a little bit on that play, as Milne goes off holding his right arm. Across the blue line comes Bunker. Over to Julian. Julian ready to slide. He takes a shot. Julian shoots just over the net. There's Jacob Julian hunting for number 11 on the season.
Yeah, Julian trying to get himself on the score sheet. He has an assist in tonight's contest, but again, you see it. He gets the puck. He goes trying to go short side. And as a goal scorer, you're trying to score in an unnecessary way. You would think he'd try to go glove side, which is the obvious choice, but he tried to go blocker, and Wilmore read it all the way.
Palmer, nice shot from Heggie from the blue line, tries to get it down low. Palmer tries to get a stick on it, but couldn't. Weber, he tries to get in the offensive zone. Vander Acker, he will get into the starting national zone. Heggie's behind his own net. Picked up now by Nickel. Nickel moves it out front. Nice play by the Nationals. Get it to the blue line. Bouncing puck. Denies it as it bounced over the stick of Sturgeon. 7:16 remaining here in the 3rd period. 3-1 now is your score in favor of the Nationals. Shots 42-28 as well. You can see there Milne looks like he's back up on his feet. It just looks like he may have got a stinger on his, he's just down there on the end of the bench. We'll hopefully see him back in action shortly. Puck sent down. Pace Roth down in the corner. Tries to get it over to Palmer. Stolen back by the Stars. They try to break it right out to the front of the net. Sent back to the blue line. Another shot. And nice glove save by Barry.
Yeah, not a lot of chances that Aiden Barry has had in this 3rd period. Only the 2nd shot that he's faced so far in this 3rd period. I mean, he's faced a lot of rubber in the first 2, not so much here in the 3rd, as the Nationals have had a lot of offensive zone time as they continue to try to get into the zone.
Puck banked off the wall. Bouncing puck down low. Nationals trying to get a pass right out front. Dundas had Zurich going right to the middle, but couldn't get it on his stick. Zurich still looking for his first point as a member of the Nationals. Another penalty, another offside pending here as the Nationals get a chance to breathe. Cross ice pass to Zurich. Try to get a pass over to French, just out of his reach. Sent back the other way, just out of the reach of Mickeljohn. Pace Roth bows for the puck down low. Bouncing puck, that one just goes through the crease. Grotescu, he can't handle the puck at the blue line. Picked up by French now. French tries to make a move, gets around 2 defenders. Stillman gets it on his stick. Gets it over to Zurich, but it bounced off his stick quickly. Collected again. Up the wall comes Dundas. Dundas moves it into the corner. Behind the net. Still can't get the puck onto the stick of where the Nationals want it. Across the blue line come the Stars. Seminara moves it quickly to Thompson. Now Richard. Back up to Thompson along the wall. Thompson, lead pass intended for O'Reilly, but just out of his reach. McGowan up the wall. Over to Thompson again. Thompson takes the hit, gets to the puck to Chard. Chard makes a move to the inside, walks in, takes a shot. Wilmore has to make a save. Puck behind the net, onto the stick of Chard again. Chard fights off a hit from Jenkin. O'Reilly takes another hit. O'Reilly puts it out front, just out of the reach of Thompson. McGowan winds up and hammers that one, as that one just tips wide. Chard again. Continue the possession for the Nationals. Into the slot, O'Reilly, he takes a shot at a sharp angle. Wilmore makes the save.
Once again, the Nationals having a lot of offensive zone time here in this third period. As again, O'Reilly trying to get another goal here in this third period as he's able to get the third one in tonight's contest. And he just threw a shot onto Wilmore, who has been pretty good in this game. Just St. Thomas hasn't had their feet like they did in the first period, and so we'll see if they can try to get another goal here, maybe try to get this game back to a one-goal game.
Stars expecting a lot out of their goaltender tonight, as Wilmore already made 41 saves on the night out of the 44 shots he's seen. Weber, he keeps the puck in, right in the slot area, right in tight. Nice save by Barry, as Jackson Dobbin gets a good opportunity for the Stars, the first actual good chance for the period.
Yeah, they flipped it and Barry turns his puck over. He tried to get that off the board. They get it right back out in front, and Dobbin gets a shot off. But again, Aiden Barry, aggressive out there, recognizing that there's no other St. Thomas player around him. That's why he's able to be so aggressive and make that save.
Puck comes right back to the blue line, shot on net, and Barry holds on once again. Just get that reset, and no point in trying to make it any unnecessary plays. You have the lead. Just keep the game plan going. And if you need to play a slow, boring game to end it out, that's what the Nationals will probably want to do. Face-off won by the Stars. Another shot from the blue line, blocked by Milne. Puck gets up to the blue line, but kept in. Right into the slot. Another walks in, Vandenacker, he takes a shot. Loose puck down low, Barry can't find it. Picked up by Julian. Julian has a bit of space. Brings it up the right side, he takes a hit. Cross ice over to Fisher. Fisher back up the wall to Wood. Wood throws it hard around the boards. McKinnon on the far side. Over to Julian. Back to Wood. Wood loses control. Puck gets flipped out in the neutral zone. McKinnon back up the wall to Julian. Stolen by the Stars, now onto the stick of McKinnon again. McKinnon makes his way through a couple defenders, but he'll just dump and change. Cross ice passes, Snedden was just waiting on the National blue line. Right out front, that one just goes through the crease. No one can get a stick on it. Nickel brings it out. Another shot right from the blue line. Vandenacker can't get it on net. Vandenacker will get down in the corner. Snedden puts it behind the Nationals' net. Picked up by Chard. Stolen by Snedden. Back to the blue line. Kept in, put on net is denied Nickel. Puck thrown around the boards. Under 3 minutes remaining. Lucas Chard, he'll pick up the puck. Looks for an opening, now gets it out. Pace Roth across the blue line. Up to Thompson. Thompson backhander down into the corner. Pace Roth tries to get over to O'Reilly, bounces over his stick as the Stars break back out. Picked up now by Micklejohn. Across the blue line, he takes a couple hits. Ends up on the stick of McGowan. McGowan bounces the puck back into the neutral ice. 2 minutes left now. Have to keep an eye on Wilmore in case the Stars do pull. McGowan again. Puts it up the wall. Back to McGowan. McGowan comes up the right side. He's got Thompson with him. Tries to put it onto his stick. Thompson, nice little move. Ends up hitting on the skates of Catrice. So he can't get it out front. And back up the left wing side. Stars trying to get some kind of possession to try to get the goalie out. But we will see a whistle come here as it looks like the puck goes out of play.
And now desperation time now with your St. Thomas trying to get anything towards the net. 1:38, you're down by 2. We'll see if they want to bring Wilmore out for the extra attacker. The St. Thomas coaching staff currently organizing their game plan, and it looks like St. Thomas does call a timeout. So it looks like they're going to try to set things up and try to get themselves close and get themselves back into the game.
Want to give themselves the best chance to try to come back here. You need 2 goals here in 1:38, and you've had a real tough time getting anything past Aiden Barry, who, as we've said multiple times, this is a bounce-back game for him, and he has been dynamite since the start of the second period.
Absolutely. I mean, he allowed 6 goals in Leamington last Thursday, something that is not normal that we see from Aiden Barry. So here tonight, only allowing 1, making 31 saves so far. He's bounced back, I'd say, so far, and we'll see if he can hold the fort as, again, we only have under 2 minutes to go. And I'm sure we're going to see St. Thomas with the net empty trying to capitalize with the extra man.
So face-off will happen to the right hand of Aiden Barry. Nationals coming out with their top line. Actually, a bit of a mix-match line out there. We got Julian out there with Milne and Chard, with McGowan and it looks like Pace Roth on the back end. Wilmore is out of the net. Puck comes up to the blue line. Milne, great determination, comes up with it, and he's going to draw a penalty just like that. And just the continued amazing work by Nolan Milne. Just gets the chance, stays with the puck, and that ends the opportunity for the Stars as they are now battling an uphill battle here, down 5-on-4 for 1:31 or less.
Yeah, not the play that Vandenacker wanted to make on that as the puck came outside of the zone, and he just tried to make a desperation play. And now London goes to the power play to close out this third period.
McGowan, cross ice to Julian. Julian back over again. Another shot in tight, right down low and scores. Riley Wood puts the nail in the coffin as the Nationals go up 4-1.
That London power play clicking on that one as they're able to move the puck around on that. They get it over to the far side and then they work it back door to Riley Wood, who has the open 4x6, able to put that one in. Now a 3-goal lead and a tough night for Owen Wilmore, allowing all 4 goals. Making 40 saves is big for him. He had a good night, but the Nationals are just able to capitalize on that as we're just waiting for the crew to just remove the penalty off of the scoreboard and we'll be ready to go.
9th goal of the season for Riley Wood. 20 points on the season in the 11th game for them. So he is clicking on all cylinders. As we saw earlier, the Nationals holding the players with the 4th, 5th, and 6th best points in the league. And all 3 of them ended up on the scoreboard tonight. Back down low, Franson. Over to McGowan. Franson up the wall. Gets stopped up. McGowan again. Last minute of play. Palmer to Bunker. Bunker, he'll just dump it in. Wilmore comes out and plays the puck. Cross ice pass over to Franson. Franson bounced it down to the corner. Palmer tries to get it on top of it and will. Circled back by Lloyd. Over to Fisher. Fisher. Cross ice pass over to Bunker. Bunker will tip it in. Sturgeon has to play it down behind his own net. Puck comes out. 10 seconds left. Across the blue, another big hit thrown right at the end. Couple extra shots thrown to Fisher as the puck gets pinned right against the boards as we get our countdown 3, 2, 1, and the Nationals will come away with a 4-1 victory with a just absolute dominating third period of action. As the Nationals now move to 8-1, 0-1 on the season and continue their first place position in the Western Conference. You are watching London Brewing Club Nationals hockey here on Rogers TV. We'll be back with our final thoughts after this.
I'm Gosleigh. My name means everything.
Tom Longboats.
I am Wolf Clan, Onondaga Nation. I've run many different races. I've run to survive and to be free. I've run to win for honor.
His people might be lazy, but this one's damn fast.
My people respected our runners, people who carried important messages from village to village.
I need a guide to the next post. Dispatch carrier, sir. I can get you there.
God's sakes, man, slow down. Who do you think I am, Tom Longboat?
No, sir. I am.
Running makes me feel alive. It's everything.
Tom Longboat was the first Indigenous person to win the Boston Marathon. He ran his way to international fame and became an inspiration to generations of athletes.
Did you have fun? Check this out. It's nice, right?
Did you know all the camera operators, audio, graphics, and replay for tonight's game are volunteers? Rogers TV volunteers learn the skills needed to put on a show, including camera, audio, graphics, and more. If you're interested, visit rogerstv.com/volunteer to sign up. And back here at the Western Fair Sports Center, a dominating final 20 minutes for the London Nationals, as whatever Dave Mastro said in that second intermission really came to fruition as the Nationals just stepped on the gas and didn't lay off.
Absolutely. They had the puck pretty much all third period long. They were winning their puck battles when they needed to, getting the puck out in front of the net and able to capitalize on their scoring chances. Riley Wood getting on the score sheet. Sam O'Reilly getting another goal. That's now, again, like you mentioned, 5 goals in 5 games for him. He's putting on a heater. So the Nationals came on strong in that third period, able to capitalize, get 2 points, and continue their first place lead in the Western Conference.
Wanted to see the secondary scoring for the Nationals. Saw a little bit of that, but the top guys came out to play tonight once again and really got the job done for when the Nationals needed it.
Absolutely. I mean, when you're missing guys like Bowers out of the lineup, that's a big offensive guy that they're missing, and he'll come back into the lineup next week. And again, you talked about stepping up. The remaining top guys did that here tonight, and you know, for a guy like Owen Wilmore for St. Thomas, he played really well in here tonight, made 40 saves, but for him, he got the loss, and St. Thomas is still in a hunt for the middle pack in the Western Conference.
Absolutely, but still a lot of hockey to play here. That's it for Jeremy and myself. Send it down to Jaci for our 3 stars.
Thanks, Kyle and Jeremy. It's games like this where third period conditioning really comes into hand with the Nationals the last 2 times they faced off against the St. Thomas Stars, going into the third period with a tie game. With that wraps up London Nationals, a 4-1 victory over the St. Thomas Stars as we head into our 3 stars of the game tonight. Our 3rd star, Braden Thompson, with the game winner. And no surprise here at all, both goaltenders stood on their heads tonight. Our 2nd star, Owen Wilmore, and our 1st star, Aiden Barry. We'll see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. when the Nationals face off against the Camoka Kings here on Rogers TV.
rent snowshoes out of here during the winter operation. So it's really about bringing community together, bringing people together around a common goal of improving our community and our planet. And that's what the Westminster Pond Centre allows Reforest London to do.
That's truly amazing. Thank you. I was just wondering, finally, if you could tell us a bit about programs that you do here.
Yeah, so the Westminster Pond Centre, uniquely on its own, has 2 programs underneath its umbrella. We have the Signal Boost Initiative, which allows us to work with multiple community partners in and out of the environmental sector to run educational workshops and programming. And so actually last year in 2021 alone, the Signal Boost Initiative ran over 66 events with over 1,000 different participants within our community. And it was a variety of in-person events, webinars. So even through the pandemic, we were able to still make a big mark and work with community. So that was huge for us. And then the second program we have is actually the Seed Hub. And my coworker Sarah will tell us a little bit more about that because that's her baby.
Oh, well, let's go meet up with Sarah. Today, instead of fun facts, I'm going to tell you about 3 different places to explore in London. The Coves, a neighborhood in London, is home to both the Black Walnut Forest and the Hackberry Forest. Both of those forests are rare in Ontario.
Closed captioning is brought to you in part by Raven Reads. Unbox Indigenous voices. Subscribe today at ravenreads.org.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Mario Elia, and I'm the host of a new show here on Rogers TV that we're calling Keeping London Healthy with Dr. Mario. So tune in Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. and we'll see you then.
This guy is feared. Nobody wants to fight him. He's so talented. There is a new king at 135 pounds, but these are 2 of the best in the world, and they put it all on the line tonight. You want to talk about 2 of the best strikers, not only in the bantamweight division, but in all of the UFC. 2 undisputed titles on the line. This pay-per-view is wild.
Summer days, summer nights, lots of things to do, places to go, and people to see. If you're having a few drinks, be sure to plan ahead and get home safely. We don't want to pick you up. Drinking drivers risk injuries to themselves and others and take chances with their license, their jobs, and their future. Remember what's at stake and choose your ride, whether you're the driver, the passenger, or the party host. Thanks for supporting sober driving. I hope we never meet.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
Today, instead of fun facts, I'm going to tell you about 3 different places to explore in London. The Coves, a neighborhood in London, is home to both the Black Walnut Forest and the Hackberry Forest. Both of those forests are rare in Ontario. Sarah, thanks for joining us today. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about yourself and your position here at Reforest London.
Yeah, so my name is Sarah. I'm the Environmental Programs Coordinator here at Reforest London. One of my main roles is to lead the Seed Hub.
Yes, actually, Shaq told us about the Seed Hub, and I was wondering if you could tell us what that means.
Yeah, so the Seed Hub is a relatively new program here at Reforest London. It's a totally volunteer-driven program where we focus on the ethical seed collection of our native trees and shrubs.
Oh, okay. Why do you collect seeds? For your programs, or?
So we collect seeds for a million different reasons, mostly for public education. We really want to engage the public, give them free workshops to educate them on this really lesser known aspect of the environment. As well, we want to try to one day supply our own trees for our own planting initiatives. But next year, we'll be breaking ground on our community tree nursery, which will be a volunteer-run building that is focusing on growing our seeds for planting initiatives, as well as incorporating a whole bunch of different educational aspects for all levels of, or all grade levels.
Oh wow, that's really cool. Do you try and get specific species of seeds, or kind of whatever you can find?
So we try and collect anything that's from our region, so anything native. So London, we find ourselves in the middle of the Carolinian forest. So any trees that would be normally in the Carolinian, we would collect from.
Okay, and do you collect seeds just here at Westminster Ponds, or do you even ask private citizens if they have a tree on their property, if they're willing to give seeds?
Yeah, so we actually do both. Right now, the majority of our seeds is collected from London locally. We ask permission from the city, and then we hold seed collection workshops where we'll take volunteers out to different London parks and environmentally significant areas and collect seed from there. But we also have a new program called Seed Cycle, which is an awesome way for the community to give back. If they have mature trees in their yard that are producing seed that usually end up decomposing or going into the compost, they can harvest those seeds and donate them so we can grow them up and put them back into our parks.
So I imagine you get lots of seed by the end of the season. How do you store them?
So storing seed is different for each type of seed. When we're storing it, we want what is going to happen in nature. We're trying to mimic that. So different seeds will dry out on a branch and they can be left on the shelf for the rest of the season. Some seeds, more like a berry, need to emulate going through a bird's stomach. So we would put them in a bag full of sand, squish all the fleshy bits off, and then keep the seed. But majority of the seeds need to do something called cold stratification, where we put them in the fridge for about 4 to 6 months to simulate a winter before we can then plant them in the spring.
Oh, okay. And then they hopefully become the trees of the forest city.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to go and meet up with Lily to learn more about the trees you put in the ground. The marshland in London, including Sifton Bog, was created by an ancient natural process. The growth and retreat of glaciers created spaces in the landscape where water and aquatic life could flourish.
My daughter is 7 years old and has a frenemy. They have play dates that always end up in a fight or tears. This friend bosses her around and treats her poorly, but she still wants to be her friend. What's a parent to do?
I would let them acquiesce to a certain amount, and then, when they're at this age, you still need to be supervising their play dates. So I might step in, not to correct the bossy child, but it's my child that I'm concerned about. I would just expose her to other people, teach her to have a voice, and let her know that she's got options.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff, and we're back with Season 3. This season, we've had the opportunity to see some great backyards, to have some fantastic food cooked on some great grills, and this season, we're helping you take your barbecue game up by adding some great barbecue tips from some local experts on anything from spices to knife care and using the proper wood to smoke some great food. Join us, Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff, Season 3.
I'm Wendell Clark with a word about winning. We all know it takes a team effort in any sport and with any challenge. You can be a part of the winning team that shuts out impaired driving. Whether you're out on the town or just hanging out with friends, drink responsibly. Always have a plan for a safe ride home for yourself, your family, and your friends. You'll be helping to shut out impaired driving.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
The marshland in London, including Sifton Bog, was created by an ancient natural process. The growth and retreat of glaciers created spaces in the landscape where water and aquatic life could flourish. Thank you for joining us today, Lily. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about yourself and your position with Reforest London.
For sure, thanks, Emily. So my name's Lily and I'm the Park Naturalization Project Manager with Reforest London. I've been here just under a year now, and within my role, I oversee and I plan and I lead all of the park naturalization events. So I plan and identify parks that we want to naturalize over the next coming seasons, and I take volunteers out and corporate groups, sponsor groups, and I show them how to plant a tree. And we slowly, every season, we start to naturalize a little bit more of London.
Do you know how many trees Reforest London has planted in the City of London?
Yeah, so ever since we've started putting trees in the ground, we have planted just over 80,000 trees and shrubs across the city.
I was wondering if Reforest London has a goal. Obviously, your name, Reforest London, you're trying to reforest the city. So if you have like a certain goal, or the City of London has a certain goal you guys are trying to meet.
Yeah, so if you aren't aware, we have a challenge. It's called the Million Tree Challenge, where, as it's called, we are looking to partner with different organizations and just with people in London in general to plant 1 million trees. With that goal, we have reached halfway. We've just celebrated our 500,000 trees event.
Awesome.
And it's not just us, Reforest London, that's planting these trees. It's everyday people. It's people who have land, corporations, anyone who wants to plant a tree. We encourage them to register them on our website at milliontrees.ca. And every tree that's registered gets added to that counter.
Okay.
And as well, similarly, the city also has a goal within their urban forest strategy to plant more trees so that we can reach a denser canopy. So the goal is 35% by 2065, and I think right now we sit at around 23-24%. So there's a lot more to go, but every tree that gets put into the ground adds to that overall goal.
Can Reforest London plant anywhere in the city? Do you specifically aim for certain places? Like, I know we're standing in somewhere that you've planted, and like, do you do anywhere in London?
Yeah, so we have different little pockets that we aim for. Our most popular planting is what we call a park naturalization or turf conversion planting, where we go to a park within a local community and we bring out community members, volunteers, or corporate groups, and we slowly but surely start expanding out a natural area. We also do schools, so it's a new-ish program, but we partner with school groups and teachers who are interested in planting more trees on their property, and we come out, we show them how to do a site plan, how to choose appropriate tree species for them, and we help facilitate tree plantings on their school grounds. A new one we're starting to do a bit more of is stormwater pond plantings. So stormwater ponds are those big retention ponds that you see in the newer subdivisions, and they play a really important purpose for our city. They hold the water, they help filter water, especially stormwaters that pool up on our roads and on our driveways, and they store it and they slowly release it back into the groundwater. And so we're doing a lot more naturalizations of those stormwater ponds so that they're not just barren grass that pollutants can pool up on.
And when you say naturalizations, do you just mean kind of just tree planting? And is it like you try and aim for native species, right?
Yes, so we only plant native trees and shrubs because they are what has grown here and has done the best in our region. But there are other organizations like London Environmental Network, who do similar naturalizations as well, but they focus more on pollinator gardens and rain gardens. And together, we're just doing little pockets here and there, but slowly we're naturalizing, hopefully, a lot of London.
I think sometimes people forget that after you plant a tree, you still kind of have to care for it. And I know you guys have an aftercare program. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, so aftercare, it's a little bit more relaxed than our typical tree planting events, and we invite all people of all ages and experience to come out and help manage and take care of the sites that we've planted in the past. So we usually do aftercare in the summer, and we go back to sites that we've planted within the year, within the last 2 years as well, and we just do a little bit of maintenance. So we do some weeding, remulching, and it's a great opportunity for us and our volunteers to see the progression of our plantings and see that natural succession happen over the couple of years. And it also just allows us to assess the area and see if there's more opportunity for us to come back and replant it if there are certain plants that aren't doing well, but also see if there's room for expansion if we wanted to plant a little bit more. So it's a great opportunity really for anyone to come out and give a little TLC for our plants.
And I bet it's pretty rewarding if they've come to a program a couple years ago and they can see it growing.
For sure.
And I also heard that sometimes you guys give out free trees.
Yes.
I feel like we should meet up with Maddie and hear more about that program.
Maddie will give you all the info about free trees.
Awesome. Thank you, Lily.
Thanks, Emily.
Warbler Woods in London is named for the uncommon golden-winged warbler that once nested in the area. This spot has become a favorite birding spot over the last 100 years.
I'm Mallory, and I was walking home one night when an impaired driver hit me. He had been overserved in 2 bars before getting behind the wheel. If the servers would have called him a cab instead of serving him more alcohol, my life would be the same as what it used to be. I think servers play the biggest role in keeping us safe because it's up to them what state the person's in when they leave. Refusing service isn't personal, it's the law.
My dad was a railway porter. It was just about the only job a black man could get. But he had big plans for us. Music would be our ticket out of poverty. I knew we couldn't afford that piano, so I practiced twice as hard.
Nice, Daisy. Okay, Oscar, let's hear it.
Turns out, I wasn't half bad. Then I found jazz, or it found me. It wasn't all easy, though. I faced a lot of hate, but I found my stage. They call me the man with 4 hands. Well, I don't know about that, but let's see how far this ticket takes me.
From Montreal to Carnegie Hall and far beyond, Oscar Peterson became one of the most recorded and celebrated jazz musicians of all time.
Warbler Woods in London is named for the uncommon golden-winged warbler that once nested in the area. This spot has become a favorite birding spot over the last 100 years. Thanks, Maddie, for joining us today. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about yourself and your position with Reforest London.
Yeah, so my name's Maddie. I am the Community Projects Manager at Reforest London. So I really manage the community tree giveaway program where we give trees away to people in London for free. And I also run our private planting projects. So any planting that happens on private property that's not in a park that Lily runs would be my responsibility. So I really like to get in touch with those private landowners and make those planting projects happen on their own properties. And I actually studied forestry in school, so I have a lot of a background in trees and I really love trees, and so this is a great job for me because, as you can see, I get to be around trees all day, every day.
That's perfect. I was just wondering how you guys are able to give away free trees.
Yeah, so we have all of these trees, as you can see, and we get to give them away for free to people in London, largely due to the generous support of the City of London's Tree Me program. So it's a grant that's available for private tree plantings that we are able to access because all of these trees will be planted on private property. So people's front yards, backyards, if they have a big field in their house that they want to plant trees on. So that's how we're able to give these trees away all for free to residents in London. It's a really great program.
How would someone go about getting a free tree?
Every spring and fall we have tree giveaways, so we'll have them usually running in May to June, and then this year in the fall it's from kind of October, late October and September. And so we have 2 different ways that people can get trees. One of them is by attending a community tree depot, so those happen in various locations in the city. So people's businesses, in public parks, will go with a bunch of trees, load them all up in our trailer, and have people basically come line up, and they get 2 trees that they can take home with them that day, which is really exciting, super fun. Everyone loves to kind of be part of that community and excitement of getting free trees that day. And another way, actually, which is pretty convenient, is people can order online. So we'll have our online pre-order that goes live at a certain point in the season, and people can select their trees online and then pick them up at our office at a selected time slot. So that's really great if you just want to come get your tree, you know what you want, and then you can take them home with you that day as well. So we run 2 different ways just to try to get as many people as we can to be able to get these trees on their properties.
Wow, that's awesome. And do these free trees, if a private landowner were to get one, do they count towards that Million Tree program?
They do, yeah. So Reforest London was one of the founding partners in the London's Million Tree Challenge. So we've reached about 500,000 trees this year. We had a big celebration. It's really exciting. And so any trees that are taken as part of our giveaway program can be registered on milliontrees.ca to count towards that million tree goal. So if you planted any trees on your property, if you get any trees with you this season that you've taken from a giveaway, please go to that website, milliontrees.ca, and register them so you can see that counter tick up towards 1 million trees.
Yeah, it's a cool program for the entire City of London to work towards.
Yeah,
I really like that
excited.
idea. I was wondering if you'd tell us a bit about what considerations private landowners should consider before they plant a tree on their property.
Yeah, there are lots of things you should consider, actually. And planting a tree, it's a pretty big commitment because you're hoping to have it on your property for years and years to come. You want to make sure that that tree can grow and be super healthy and beautiful for future generations. So really important to consider first the site conditions of your yard. So do you have sandy soil? Do you have clay soil? Is it really wet in the springtime? Is it really dry in the summer? So these are all things you want to consider, as well as sunlight. Is it full sun? Do you have a big tree already that gives a lot of shade to that yard? So maybe you want to plant something that's more shade tolerant that can grow under the canopy of a larger tree. Another thing that's really important, especially in the city, is size. Do you have room to plant a really large tree that's going to get 80 feet tall? Or do you only have room for a small tree that can get maybe 20 feet tall or so? So all of these things are super important to think about ahead of time before you choose the right species. And that's why we're here too, is to help people decide based on their criteria what's the best tree for them and their location.
I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about the trees that are behind us today.
Yeah, as you can see, we have hundreds and hundreds of trees right now in the compound. We have over 20 different species, so we try to give away a really good variety of species to help increase the diversity in the city as well. We want to also expose people to different native species that they might not know about. So we have what I see right here is a black cherry tree. We've got some pagoda dogwoods, some little white spruce. We've got all kinds of fruit trees, actually, so domestic fruit trees like peaches, apples, and pears we'll be giving away so people can grow their own fruit. We have some cedars, some walnut. We've got all kinds of stuff. And a few oaks back there as well, which are one of my favorites. So like I said, we just try to have as many options available to people so that they can get a tree that fits their site the best. So yeah, it's super beautiful right now. You can see all the trees here. It's really lovely. And then by the end of the fall, this compound will be entirely empty, hopefully, and all of the trees will be out in people's yards in London.
Well, I think that's awesome that you guys have a lot of different species. You know, it's not just maples and oaks we find in the city, it's a whole bunch of different ones. Not that maples and oaks aren't beautiful and worth our time too. But I want to thank you, Maddie, for joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you.
I thought the perfect way to finish up this episode would be to discuss how to plant a tree. Remember what Maddie said, we want to consider our surroundings. So if there's canopy over top, what your soil moisture is, what your soil type is, and that all helps you figure out what kind of tree you should plant. If you have any questions, reach out to Reforest London and they'll have some answers and some great trees on what to plant in your property. Did you know the fall is the best time to plant a tree? The cool, short days stimulate the leaves to fall, but the warm soil is perfect conditions for the roots to grow. So let's plant a tree. So we want to dig a hole that is a good bit wider than the actual pot. So I'm going a bit wide, it looks like, but that gives adequate space to let the roots kind of go outwards. And I also want to kind of break up the sides a bit and the bottom, and that once again lets the roots really get deep right off the bat. Now that I got the width that I want, I'm going to check the depth. So I actually just take the whole tree, kind of put it in, and see where the root ball kind of starts to the edge of my hole. And I think I have a perfect depth. I kind of want it maybe an inch or 2 centimeters deeper than the top of the ground. If you have clay soils, you want to consider putting it a bit higher so the roots don't get too saturated by water. Since I have the depth, I'm just going to take it out of the container. I'm just going to break it up a bit so the roots have a bit more movement and they're able to penetrate the soil a bit better. Then I'm going to put it in, going to make sure that all of that stays with it, and then I'm going to fill around the tree. So when you're repacking your soil or even putting mulch on, you don't really want to push it too close to the trunk. It will hinder your tree that way. So I kind of create a little moat or donut around it and then pack it in everywhere else. If you did want to put mulch on, you can. Just again, kind of create a little donut around the tree trunk. If you want to stake your tree, kind of only use one band to stake your tree. Too much pressure on the tree could lean it or hinder its growth. That's basically the basics on how to plant a tree. And I just wanted to tell you a bit about the tree that I planted today. So this is a native species called the tulip tree, and it does get its name because of a flower that it grows when it's more mature, and it's kind of yellowy white and looks similar to a tulip flower. This is actually my favorite tree, Carolinian species, and when it grows in the wild, it's actually a super canopy tree. So that means it is growing super tall and even taller than like the average tree canopy. It wants to reach above that canopy and get all of the sunlight. So it is a super tall tree. Now, that's basically all for today. So thanks for joining me. And until next time, see you in nature.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
Watching hockey just got a power play with NHL Center Ice and Super Sports Pack. With up to 37 out-of-market NHL games a week, you'll always catch your favorite team no matter where you live. Whether it's big matchups you're looking for or following your top fantasy picks, it's all here. NHL Center Ice, part of the Rogers Super Sports Pack. All this for only $35.95 a month. Order through your remote on Channel 450 or call 1-888-ROGERS-1 today.
You're watching Rogers TV, London.